the place for the realest conversations.
I appreciate United Garden Homes for stopping through with a check for $2,000.
Yes.
Some people came through anonymously.
Yes.
Dropped off money. The family has received those funds. And whatever you can do, if everybody do a little, nobody has to do a lot.
The movement continues.
Did you ever think that you would be in this position right now where your daughter would have some way lose her life?
I didn't want to believe it. All the times I called, sometimes the phone would ring and ring and ring for days. I didn't want to know that she had successfully committed suicide.
What are some of the conditions in the jail that got people upset, like the living conditions on a day-to-day basis?
We'll come out of our cell at 11 o'clock in the morning. We'll get food and we'll get medication. So that shortens the time. Out of those 2 hours, we'll probably get an hour out, and then we'll have to lock back down. And by lock back down, I mean we stay in our cell. We get fed in our cell. We don't come out our cell at all. And that's pretty much the biggest problem. Like, they simply say that they're short-staffed, but that's not enough because they knew that they were going to be short-staffed. Like, this has been a problem for over 2 years now.
The marathon continues.
There's never been a better time to make change in the city of Milwaukee, starting with the youth. And we talked about the housing. Willie Hines, y'all boy Willie Hines, and they trying to change the leadership over there. We got our hands full, and it's not the time. But we got attorney B. Ivy Lamar on the lines right now, calling from the courthouse. How you doing, attorney B. Ivy Lamar?
Hey, what's going on, Tory? I'm good, man. Happy to be here.
Joining me on the line, Dr. Umar Johnson. How you doing, brother, Dr. Umar Johnson?
Peace and Pan-Africanism, good brother Black Power to all my brothers and sisters in Milwaukee, Kenosha, Green Bay, Racine, and across the state of Wisconsin.
Yo, peace, King. I'm going to stand with you and walk with you, brother.
God bless you.
Because I think it's an important thing, what you're doing, and you need to have the support of the community. Regardless if we live in these areas or not, it all affects us in one way or shape or form.
It's time for that action and all the smoke. This is the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association award-winning Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth app, and streaming live on YouTube.
Yam, pam, jam.
What do you mean by that?
Oh, wow.
Man, best show in the world, bro. You got the best show in the world. Hope you know that, man.
God bless you, brother. I appreciate that.
Speak up to you both. Thank you so much. Tory, you spoke to my kids. Liz, you did too. But you spoke to my kids, and when I tell you both that they was talking about what we did earlier that morning all day, that's literally what they was doing. They was talking about it all day. My son was just hollering, awesome. Where's Tory? Like,
tell Tony, all aboard. It's okay to jump on the love train.
I'm not jumping on the love train.
We might got a couple seats left.
Listen, he ain't going to be, Jordan Love will not be the starter in 5 years.
Trash. That's a trash.
That's just my take.
Now you're trying to string it out.
I know that ain't who I think it is.
Well, I'll need some apologies from the staff of 101.7.
Oh, wow. Wait a minute. I think the line's messing up. Hey, Eddie. Oh, I guess something happened with Eddie.
What's up, boy?
And they have an agenda. And the agenda is a satanic one. I don't know why people don't talk about it. You can't talk.
Yo, they just empty.
I wanted to make sure that I let you know that to hear a person and have a person like you in this community, the way that you are selfless, the way that you give, even when your cup is not even full, you are filling other people's cups. And that just inspires me to make sure that I help you the best way that I can by doing my part.
As always, my good brother, stay cool, stay calm. Stay focused.
Now, live from American Family Insurance Studio at The Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is the king of talk radio, Tory Lowe.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4, we about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready. 101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show, live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. And I'm here for the action.
And nothing but that action.
And I want all the smoke.
Who wants the smoke today?
Salute to all my brothers and sisters on the front lines. The movement continues.
The marathon continues.
How you doing, DJ Brother Z?
It's Taco Tuesday.
And how y'all doing out there in Radio Land? Truth Nation. Hey, thank you for joining me this Tuesday, June 25th, 2024. And, you know, there's a situation going on with the miracle minister Kevin that we've been following since he was shot driving the Uber. And there was a young man, a 15-year-old young man that was caught in the situation, and he's currently in a court situation. And I got Minister Kevin on the lines. He's about to go into the court situation to view what's going on in the situation with the young man. And I had Minister Kevin call in to give us an update on what's going on with this court hearing with this 15-year-old that was a part of the shooting. How you doing, Minister Kevin?
Hey, brother, sir, I'm doing good. How you doing, my brother?
Hey, now, there's currently a court hearing going on. What's going on with that?
He decided to do a jury trial. Well, not jury trial, I should say court trial, because juvenile, they just have the judge. So it's a trial, like a jury trial, but just a judge presiding over it.
So he opted to have the judge decide what to do?
Yes. So this is part two. We had a hearing a few weeks ago. The first one, it was all day, and it was pretty rough to be there. Seeing some of the video, you know, that I didn't even remember a lot, for being laid on the ground, covered in blood, yelling for somebody to help me and everything.
This video?
Yes, they had doorbell cam.
Oh, wow.
And then when the police got there, and his body cam, and showing me inside the ambulance and everything.
What?
And I was amazed how conscious and aware I was. I was telling him everything about the description of my vehicle, the license plate number. I was very much aware of a lot of things when I was in the ambulance. I don't remember that now, but I was aware then. So everything I gave was fresh and accurate.
Oh, wow.
So right now we on the way to it's part two of the hearing, and it's only scheduled for half a day, which is 1:30 today, and there's going to be another part in July 30th. That's maybe the conclusion of it if we don't have more witnesses to bring.
Now, so, were there only one person involved or two people involved?
Oh, there were definitely two people. You can see them both on the camera. Mm-hmm. Both on the camera, you see two people.
So the whole incident was caught on camera?
Yes. When the time I pulled up in there, you can hear the shots ring out. You see them run out right in front of somebody's doorbell cam. There's a lot you can see. You can tell what happened on there.
Now, there's a young man on trial for your shooting?
Yes.
And they're discussing it in a juvenile court setting?
Yes.
So he wasn't waived to adult court with this?
Oh, no. He wasn't waived, even though, in my opinion, I think he should have been.
Right.
But it's waived. He waived a 10-year-old right away.
Right.
But, you know, with no priors, doesn't even have mental issues. I think that here is going on right now as well. But, yeah, you'll waive him before you make it downtown. But somebody with a history of violence, a steady history of violence, decide to leave it juvenile court.
Why don't you believe that this young 15-year-old wasn't waived? Why do you believe that he wasn't waived? Or what are they saying?
They say he just need a program.
Oh, wow.
And the 10-year-old situation, they figured that he can be waived
right away, even though his family's mentioned that he has some kind of mental issues or development issues, rather.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's ignored. But this was just, he should have been in the program, but he wasn't in it. So we think the program's going to do a lot of good, regardless of his many crimes that he has already committed.
Now, there was another person involved. Has the 15-year-old given information on who was the other person?
No. Well, he's claiming the innocence, so he's not going to do that. But what I found out, that he wasn't 15. He was actually 14 at the commission of defense. It was just before his 15th birthday.
Oh, wow.
So maybe he was out trying to get him something for his birthday. I don't know.
Minister Kevin, you are a pillar in the community. You deal with the youth. You've been doing it for many years. And now you're in a situation where you're watching one of the youth in our city in court hearings about almost taking your life. What are your thoughts about this in this process?
It's conflicting. This is difficult. You know, you always want to try to help the youth, of course, and you don't want to see them go down a wrong pathway. You know, especially with somebody who's dealt with that embarrassment. You know, you see it. I see people I grew up with that were shot and killed, being out doing things. You know, but you hate to see somebody else go through that. I still have pity on him when I see him in the court. I don't have anger like I want to do anything to him.
Mm-hmm.
There's sometimes that I would not be so remorseful, but then most of the time I am. You know, I just feel for him. But this kind of thing cannot go on. You know what I mean? It can't go on because you're severely impacting someone's life like mine. Like my life will never be the same again. You know, and for you to just try to get away with it so you can continue on to do more and more, that's right there.
Oh, wow.
That's just you know what I mean? It's just not good look.
Do you think that the DA? Do you think the DA made the right decisions in this case? Because a lot of people are asking why wasn't he waived to adult court if he had prior history of causing harm in the community. A lot of people are scratching their heads. Why would they keep him and try to give him programs when he obviously had issues of causing harm to the community?
Well, it wasn't the DA's decision. The DA tried to get away. It was the judge who decided that he's not going to be waived. And I think the DA should have charged him with a more severe crime, not just reckless injury, to the charge accordingly because he tried to take my life, and that's what he should have been charged with. You know, you don't shoot somebody in the head and repeatedly shoot them if you just try to injure them. You do that when you try to take their life. So I think the DA should have probably charged with something more severe than what he did. But, you know,
now,
just Milwaukee, man, you know.
This happened while you were driving Uber. Have you contacted Uber, or have Uber been contacted? And is there any information that you can provide us with that situation as an Uber driver?
No, I did get a lawyer. Beyond Lamar's my attorney for handling the Uber case.
Okay.
He was on the show. He's even on your side here. Yes, he's on there. So he's going to handle that. Just staying away from it and let the professionals deal with that. Because I don't want to do anything that's caused me harm.
Right. Well, Minister Kevin, like I said, I know that you would give people the shirt off your back. I've watched you help many families, came out to many events to help families. So definitely a tragic situation that happened to you and your family. And I want Truth Nation to know we got to keep Minister Kevin in our prayers, because this is a difficult situation, even for somebody that is giving back to the community. Do you think that this is affecting how you will move forward as far as dealing with the community, Minister Kevin?
Absolutely not. I was just at the youth event yesterday, basketball. I referee basketball. Well, I'm not refereeing now, but I still go there and support every opportunity I can. I was there. I talked to the youth. I want to institute prayer. We do a meeting before every game, gather around city court. And I want to start introducing prayer. I already talked to them. We're going to introduce prayer into these meetings as well for a minute. Where are you? So it's not going to change my feeling toward youth. Can't let the one bad apple spoil the bunch.
Well, I appreciate you and everything that you do in the community. I witnessed a lot of the work that you are able to do, especially some of the call to actions that I throw out there. You come when you hear the call to actions when we get out here in the streets, and I appreciate you because you are what we need to be trying to do as far as clergy. Being a person of the cloth should be out here dealing with the tough situations in the community, especially with our youth. And I appreciate you for being a brother in this walk to try to make change. And like I said, if you have any needs that you may have, make sure that, you let me know and see what Truth Nation can do to help you. Because I know that even though you are moving along, there has to be some side effects from being shot and almost losing your life in these streets.
Definitely. I still can't work. I don't know how long it'll be for, because my nerves are shot in both of my hands, so I can't even work. So this is going to get better. I'm praying. Y'all just keep praying with me. We're going to touch and agree on this thing, because I'd rather be working. I've always been working my whole life, and that's what I want to get back to doing. Working in construction, electrical construction, have my own electrical business as an electrician. I want to get back to doing all that. So y'all just keep me in prayer that, I can make it back to at least that part of my life.
All right, Minister Kevin, when you get out of court, make sure, you give me an update. We're going to try to keep Truth Nation updated on what's going on with this young man and your situation. Prayers to you and your family, you and your lovely wife, going through so much right now, but steadily holding strong to the faith. And I appreciate you, brother, for all that you're doing and calling in and doing the Monday prayer and going out to these call to actions and showing up, even though you've been severely injured, you're still showing up. As soon as you got well enough, you got back on it. So I know that the Lord is giving you strength right now, because I'm watching it happen.
Yes, and I want to shout out to my family. My wife is here right now, and my daughter sitting right beside me. She drove down from Minnesota so she could be here. So I have a great support system. Truth Nation's always been there. So and definitely you and my sister Liz, even though Liz tried to torture me, but I still appreciate and love her.
She gave you that. She healed you. She gave you the herbs and spices.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did. I appreciate her. I really do. So y'all just keep us in prayer. We about to head into the courtroom right now. So I'll let you know what happens when we get out here. Probably it'll be after the broadcast.
Okay. All right. You're in our prayers, brother. I appreciate you for calling in. Be safe.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Hey, Truth Nation, when we come back, we're going to have more conversations. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
And that's Tory Lowe, bringing you all the action and all the smoke. Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. The 2024 election cycle is in full effect, and we at the award-winning 1017 The Truth will be here to keep you up to date and informed on how this election can and will impact you. Tune in this Thursday night as we broadcast the first United States presidential debate between President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump. Debate coverage begins at 8 o'clock. Again, that is the U.S. presidential debate this Thursday at 8 p.m. on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
The Empowerment Small Business Loan Program, we're talking about up to $5 million, which for small business owners, we need that. That's like payroll, that's resources. So can you just let us know what is the program and why is this lending program so important to Old National Bank?
Years ago, our CEO, Jim Ryan, this program is his brainchild. He was working with Roland Shelton, who you know Denise out of Evansville, and they identified that African-American business owners, Hispanic business owners, Native American business owners, as well as women business owners had a difficult time in obtaining financing from the traditional credit partners. And so we went out, created a program, launched it last year in 2023. And so far last year, we have helped over 100 successful minority and women-owned businesses with about $25 million in loans. We've already started this year with almost $8 million in approvals, again, geared toward minority business owners and women business owners that normally had difficulties in obtaining traditional credit finance.
Don't think twice. Call Geis.
Garage doors giving you headaches? Best way I know how to deal with it is to call my friends at Geis. Family owned since 1955, Geis is the trusted authority on garage doors and openers in southeastern Wisconsin. Trust me, I use them too. With brands like CHI and LiftMaster, they have doors for every budget and will even build custom designs to match your exact needs. For fast, reliable garage repair solutions, go to GeisDoors.com or call 262-784-4250. GeisDoors.com.
Don't think twice. Call Geis.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that American Family Insurance agents can help build a customized renter's policy so you can protect stuff like this, or this, or even this. Well, case in point. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
A Brewers Group outing is the best way to celebrate any special occasion. You can count on the Brewers to host an event your crew won't forget. Brewers account reps make your day at the ballpark a breeze. Start planning your group outing now at brewers.com/groups.
Bikers need protection, not just from other drivers, but unfortunately from insurance companies too. We've been fighting for injured bikers and their families for more than 30 years. Call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Hey. Here, Tony. Hey, see, I've been in the rush. Can't even just tell you the time because all of these watches gon' bust. Slightly holding my nuts on all of my ops in the city because I just feel it so much. Not a that I trust, unless it's my mama, but she done lied to us some more than once. She told me that life would be simple, it wasn't. They had to be nothing, I turned it to something. I come from the jungle with all of these apes and gorillas. If he reached when I'm facing him.
1017 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. DJ Brother Z on the ones and twos. Look, we got to head over to Ohio, where parents have been charged with feeding a 4-year-old mainly Mountain Dew.
Damn.
And the young 4-year-old passed away. Let's listen to see what's going on.
Today for the death of his 4-year-old daughter. So prosecutors say that child died from being denied proper nutrition and medical care. Brittany Harry continues our coverage live in Batavia. Brittany.
Well, yeah, so this is a case that we've been following from the very beginning, with the child's mother being sentenced last month, and today the child's father, Christopher Ho, was sentenced, and he spoke out for the first time, saying he's sorry about what happened.
The court is going to impose the agreed sentence of a minimum of 7 years incarceration with a maximum of 10.5 years of incarceration.
That's the sentence handed down to Christopher Hope today. Before that, he spoke out saying he's sorry.
A lot of carelessness and laziness is what causes this. It should never happen. I'm very remorseful for this.
Hope pled guilty to involuntary manslaughter in connection to his daughter's 2022 death. The 4-year-old's mother, Tamara Banks, who also pled guilty to involuntary manslaughter, was sentenced to 13 and a half years last month. The child, prosecutors say, was fed mostly Mountain Dew through a baby bottle. The coroner ruled her cause of death, diabetic ketoacidosis.
I take that very seriously because my mother had diabetes and passed away from that as well.
Hope brought his daughter to the hospital for treatment, according to his attorney. Prosecutors say while they appreciate Hope taking responsibility for his daughter's death, they can't ignore the neglect the child suffered.
She's no angel. I was very blessed to have her in my life. I just wish there was anything I could have done to save her. I would. I'm very sorry for everything that's happened.
Now, this is so sad because they said they kept feeding her Mountain Dew, the mom, and she wasn't even diagnosed with the diabetes. They didn't even take her to the hospital or anything. They said the soda diet also left her teeth rotten. Like, this is just a horrible thing to happen to a child. And I mean, why Mountain Dew, DJ brother? I mean, why? It would have been easier to try to, get her the milk.
Looking at how they look like it looked like they don't have milk in their house.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Well, when we come back, Truth Nation, we'll have the Pop Culture Report. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
The Tory Lowe Show returns after this on 1017 The Truth app at 1017thetruth.com.
Associated Bank knows your small business isn't just a venture. It's your dream and a vital part of the community. And we're not just a bank. We're your neighbors. We're looking out for you. That's why Associated Bank offers quick online applications and approvals with funding in as fast as one business day, checking with no minimum balances or maintenance fees, and prompt customer service. Explore our products at associatedbank.com/business or visit a branch for more details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The biggest names in the basketball world.
Dame Dollar Lillard.
Having fun and honest conversations.
He puts it in his shoe, right? And sets the tone for brothers and sisters and family.
Every week, Thanasis Adetokounmpo sits down with special guests on Thanalysis Show. Presented by Carbless ready-to-drink cocktails.
Fantastic.
Find Thanalysis Show on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts. And on YouTube by searching Thanalysis Show.
It's time for Truth Takes, a thought-provoking commentary on the new 1017 The Truth. Here is Tory Lowe with his truth.
Have you ever heard of the saying, health is wealth? Or eat your food as medicine before you have to take your medicine like it's food? Well, I'm maturing in age and I'm starting to realize what it means to truly value my health. Lately, I've been paying attention to what I'm putting in my body by making changes to my diet and adding exercise to my daily routine. Look, I love to eat, and I have not always been conscious of reading the labels. My motto used to be, if it tastes good, it's all good. Now my motto is eat better, get stronger, and live longer. The truth is, it's important to make positive adjustments that will increase your health long term. I might not be a guru on nutrition, but I do know you are what you eat. And even if you decide to eat better, you still have to watch out for processed foods, PFAs, GMOs, and other man-made chemicals that could negatively impact your health. So remember to detox your body as often as you can. There are many ways to go about this, so do your research and check with your doctor if you have pre-existing conditions. At the end of the day, it's your life, your health, and we have to make sure we're taking time to do the proper maintenance on ourselves. Also, make sure you choose a diet and exercise routine that works for you. I'm excited about this new journey that I'm on to properly take care of my body, and I hope I can encourage you to get excited about your health as well. Eat better, get stronger, live longer. Now start eating powerful.
This has been Truth Takes on the new 1017 The Truth. Listen to The Tory Lowe Show weekdays from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. More of The Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Truth Nation, it's time to start jamming with juice. This is the Pop Culture Report with Carrie Noni and Ben Jammin on The Tory Lowe Show. Tap in to see what's trending today on Pop Culture Report.
Hey! 1017 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. Pop Culture Report brought to you by Ben Jammin.
It's amazing.
And Carrie Noni Juice. Juice World.
Yeah, I was giving it just y'all.
What's happening in?
What's happening in?
Hey. What's going on out here in these pop culture streets?
Well, T-Lo, it's actually a sad day today.
It's not sad. It's a celebration.
Wait a minute.
I guess it's a celebration.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
It might be a celebration. But
we about to get T-Lo over the head.
Today marks the 15th anniversary of Michael Jackson's death.
Oh, wow.
It has been 15 years since legendary, iconic Michael Jackson has passed away. And I just want to say, man, did that time go by fast. It does not feel like it's been 15 years.
Do you remember the time?
I do remember the time. I remember exactly the time. And that's what I was going to ask you guys. Do you remember exactly where you were when you got the news that Michael Jackson passed away? Because those are one of those moments where you're like, dang. It's ingrained in you. You know, sometimes moments, I remember when Nipsey died where I was. I remember when Whitney Houston passed away where I was. And I for sure remember when Michael Jackson passed away.
I remember Nipsey Hussle. I remember Nipsey. Right. I remember Nipsey Hussle. All right. I also remember Michael Jackson's though. I will never, ever forget it, Truth Nation. All right. Tory, do you remember? You remember where you was at?
Do you remember the time?
I was in Minnesota.
Was that 2009?
No, I was done with that. I was actually in the process of coming back to Milwaukee at that point.
Interesting.
So when it happened, I was like, whoa, like trying to figure out how it happened. And I was surprised that Michael Jackson was being injected with medication to go to sleep.
Propofol.
Right. So I was just like, wow, like these celebrities, you know, what we see on the outside is, the fame, the glitz, the glamour.
Yeah.
But behind the scenes, they can't even sleep. They need some type of, medication to go to sleep. Like,
that's true.
And this is the life that a lot of people pushing to be involved in.
They want to live.
They want to be involved in. And at that point, I was just wondering, like, who was the doctor? How did this happen?
Right. Did he actually really die?
Right. Then
was he murdered?
Also, I saw I think it was something where they said his ghost was in the house.
Bro!
Yeah.
Bro!
It was. It was.
Here we go.
It was a whole article,
bro,
they saw like a shadow moving and stuff like that.
Look.
So I was
in the house that he owned?
In the house that Michael Jackson owned, the Neverland Mansion. I don't know if y'all remember Truth Nation. Tory remembers. I remember. See, look, you had to be alive for these times to actually happen. So if y'all remember the day that Michael Jackson died, they aired it. They went into this man's crib, and as the news reporters were walking around, he was walking around.
Inside the home.
Inside the home. This is live
this
TV.
was on TV.
This is you can actually watch it on YouTube right now.
It's still there. It's still out there.
It's still out there, bro. I will never forget that, dog, because I was looking at my mom like, Mom, did you just see that?
Basically, you see a shadow walk right past where the news reporter was, and it's like, whoa, this is live TV. So we didn't have no AI like that anymore. We didn't have the deep fakes like that no more, Truth Nation. We didn't even know about that stuff.
We didn't have it yet.
We have it, but you saw the shadow of Michael Jackson. It was one of these things, like, it made me feel like, when they talk about a lot of times why ghosts even exist or why spirits or shadowy figures exist. And a lot of times they talk about, that means that they had unfinished business, right? There was unfinished business. Although Michael Jackson's last tour was called This Is It, I don't think that was it for Michael Jackson. I think he had other plans.
At that point, he was training to go on a world tour. So it was unfinished business going on because he was trying to give his last, ideas of entertainment. I'll say this.
The big hoorah.
I remember that because I was like, what? Like, it was a whole, like, we never thought that Michael Jackson would, like, that news was so shocking.
It was very shocking. I was at home at my grandma's house. It was after school. I was watching 106 in Park. I was on a computer, though. So I was on a computer doing whatever, maybe playing The Sims or something. Who knows? Maybe some homework. Or on Facebook or something like that. It was 2009. And I had 106 in Park on over to my side. It was just as background noise, but how they said it, it was just like you felt how saddened they were by having to break that news to our generation, to the point where I think Roxy might have even started crying on air. Which, that's a big moment.
It's Michael
Jackson, that is Michael Jackson. So I was very sad at the time because I'm like, dang. At the time when I was younger, though, I was like, man, he was old. But, like, now, me being my age now and knowing, like, he was not old at all. Nah. He was still young. He was lively. And he had more that he needed to get done.
And think about it like this, though, because Michael Jackson passed away at the age, I believe, 51 or 52. And with that being said, we got rappers who are goated now, like Jay-Z. Jay-Z about to celebrate like his 54th, 55th birthday.
Whoa!
Yeah, you think about that. Nas just celebrated his 50th last year.
That puts it into perspective.
It definitely does, because he was still very young. Like, he was actually just about to get to it, get to the real bag. Like, we talk about
and become independent.
Wow.
And become very independent.
And with owning half of Virgin
Sony.
Records or Sony.
I wonder what that would have looked like.
Oh, he was about to.
I think what happened is
it was about to be huge.
They had to take Michael Jackson out. I think the powers that be had to take Michael Jackson out because they knew.
Allegedly.
Not allegedly. I don't have to allege this one.
Oh, wow.
Because there were people who really wanted Michael Jackson dead because of all the negative things that they put out
And
there.
he had the Beatles catalog. He had so many.
He had the Beatles catalog.
He had a lot of catalogs that they needed, that they wanted. And he was about to leave his deal with like
billions,
half of Sony.
Yeah, he was leaving with half
catalog.
Yeah, half of Sony's catalog, and it's just one of these things where I felt like Michael Jackson would have controlled the entire music industry, so much so that again he developed enemies, and when you got success,
he talked about this though.
Yeah,
There's audio of him talking about how these people don't like him because of his business deals and business ventures with getting catalogs. And Michael Jackson was very smart businessman. He was coached by the best.
He was a shrewd businessman.
And I think they said he had, I don't know if it was a joke or not, but they said he had elephant man's bones. Like, I don't know if somebody was saying that he owned Elephant Man bones or was that a joke? But he owned a lot of things that we don't think about as far as ownership, like catalogs, ideas. Even Shaq was talking about how he owned the image of Marilyn Monroe.
Wow. That's on brand.
And he has that Forever 21.
Yeah.
Like people are, ideas are powerful too. A lot of us, we talk about real estate, but
the imagery.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different ways you can have real estate and something, like how they even doing, we were talking NFTs and stuff, like making money off of images and stuff like that. That's the early stages of it, pretty much.
That's essentially that. Like, if you actually, because the way they put the idea of NFTs out there, it's almost as if we had trading cards back in the day for basketball players and baseball players, and there's so much so forth. But you're telling me right now that Michael Jackson actually owned the image of Marilyn Monroe more than likely.
Shaq.
Shaq on the image of Marilyn Monroe, more than likely the most popular picture of her. But that's very interesting. I mean, again, when it even comes down to Michael Jackson, I'm pretty certain he thought in ideas like this. He thought, he thought about things like this. And again, you know, there were other things that Michael Jackson did that would go down the idea or the valley of black magic, you know. So who knows? You know, Michael Jackson could have actually been possessed by a spirit or an actual real ghost or a demon. People talk about these things like this happen to him all the time. You know?
Well, like I said, you know, but
rest in peace to the king.
In 2024, we're seeing a lot more behind the scenes of the music industry. And you know, some people that say, okay, if I could make it to the music industry, I could set my family straight.
Right. In so many ways.
But
so many other ways.
You know, I'm going to tell you right now, like, intellectual property is real estate.
Yeah.
You know, things like that. You got to make sure that you're protecting your intellectual property and things like that, because somebody will come and get that from you. And we always look at the physical, like owning a restaurant, owning property, commercial real estate. But intellectual property is just as powerful,
if not more.
Powerful.
Yeah,
more
I mean, that's why
influential.
art sells for what it does, you know, and continuously.
Which I never understood that, because how do you measure what something is worth?
You get it appraised first.
Yeah,
but I mean, I wonder what is the criteria for it to
be worth so much.
Be worth so much money.
It's what people are willing to pay for it. Like, sometimes the worth is that, you know, have you ever seen those eBay auctions?
Yeah.
Where people be like, okay, I'm going to put this on the auction.
Like they bid it.
And people start bidding. Well, sometimes people will find out the worth if they set it out there. And then that becomes the measuring stick of those ideas.
Yeah, because if like Benjamin decided to have a painting, right, or even like music,
I've got a couple,
even music or something, and he wanted to sell it, could he sell that painting for like $30,000?
Well, I'll say this: if you put a $30,000 price tag on it, and you can get somebody to buy it,
yeah.
I mean, you can predict. Or it was Nipsey Hussle. He got famous for selling his album for like $1,000 or something like that.
Yeah, it was I want to say it was $1,000.
Yeah, it was $1,000. He only had 300 copies. You know what I mean? And he sold every last one of those copies for $1,000.
Wow.
But he put the price on that. He said, this is what this is worth.
Right.
And they bought it. And these are rare copies to this day. I wonder how much they worth right now.
Wow.
It could probably go for something. And I actually decided to go look up how does a art appraiser determine its value, and it says by condition, its provenance, and market demand. All right. So if you were a painter yourself, carrying on the juice, and you were in demand such as you are right now, you know, you make your own painting. You know, some art appraiser might go ahead and determine it to be worth $101.70.
And I know the answer is probably out there, but how does someone become like a famous painter, you know, to the point where people are like, oh, I love their work every single time? Like, how do you build yourself up to that? Is it about the value that someone buys your previous work and then it makes your stock kind of go up? Like, let's say Jay-Z want to buy my stuff. Now can I sell all of my stuff for like $1 million?
Well,
you know?
what I'm saying is that would put a value on it. I don't know if it could go up to $1 million, but you can definitely get some of the highest prices.
Wow.
Because the thing is, it's like clothing. Like, you see all these clothing brands that have high-end clothing.
Yeah.
But then they did this experiment where they took Payless shoes and put it in a high-end store. And all these experts started coming in and be like, oh, this is like, you know, it's just the illusion.
It all look the same. That's crazy. It's just literally a name brand.
And when they told them it was Payless, they was like, oh.
Never mind.
So the thing is, you could pay more, but why, right?
Yeah.
All I'm saying is it's just the imagery and the packaging.
And the brand.
And how you're branding yourself.
The marketing of the brand.
If you say this shirt is worth $20, okay, people are going to give you $20 for that shirt. But if you say this shirt is worth $75, people are going to give you the $75 for the shirt.
Yeah, and they're going to be like, hey, I'm in this $75 shirt. You ain't got no $75 shirt. You wearing a Walmart t-shirt.
I mean, think about it. Think about it, though. How much do y'all think Michael Jackson's catalog was worth? You know? Because they always go to say you're worth more dead than alive.
Right.
You know?
Especially after he passed.
Especially after he passed. So, you know, even his kids right now, they're fighting at the courts right now.
Let's not talk about the kids and the grandma and Michael Jackson's mama.
Yep.
They don't want to give her no money to pay the bills. That's what they saying.
Basically, because they don't want her to have access to the shit anymore.
That's crazy.
Who was the woman he was with?
Do we know if Michael Jackson is?
I mean, I'm saying the woman who he claimed to have these kids with. What was her name? Does anybody know?
It was a nurse. It was one of his...
Who got Blanket and Paris and all them people? Who is their mama?
I don't...
We can Google it. I'm sure it's out there.
Michael Jackson had a baby with this one singer, and they took the baby in, allegedly, and raised it as if it wasn't his kid, but it was his kid.
I don't think them kids is Michael Jackson kids.
Well, definitely not Blanket in them. No.
Well, they controlling his estate. Well, they own his estate, so that's all they count.
Who is this woman? I'm gonna look it up.
We got it. It's out there.
Remember that.
Her name is out there. If you look it up, I just can't remember it off top because she wasn't no famous person.
Yeah.
You know what puzzles me is when we see celebrities deal with regular people.
Yeah.
Because we think that they're so high up that they'll only deal with like supermodels and things like that. You'll be surprised.
I think it's better
Ray J
if
was even on
are with a regular person.
Yeah. Ray J was on Shay Shay, and he said he used to date the 10s and then go see the 2s right after that.
He said the 10s is too much, but the 2s, they just right. You don't need none of these women out here with inflated egos and nothing.
Right.
Yeah, get a 2.
That's what he said.
Get a 2?
I said a 2. He said,
so you could run over probably.
She gonna treat you like a king.
Hey.
Bro.
Look, when we come back, we're going to have more Pop Culture Report with Ben Jammin and Carrie Noni Juice. Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up?
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Summerfest is back, and the award-winning 1017 The Truth has got you covered with front row access passes to the best concerts at Summerfest this year.
Tune in to all your favorite Truth shows every day so you do not miss your chance to win tickets and wristbands to see artists like SZA, Bryson Tiller, Lil Uzi Vert, En Vogue, K-Camp, and so many more.
Don't miss your chance to see these artists up close and personal during Milwaukee's biggest summer party. Summerfest is presented by our founding partner, American Family Insurance.
What distinguishes Old National Bank from other lenders in helping people buy their first home and furthering their small businesses?
One thing that really makes us stand out is our grants. We have 2 really big grants right now specifically for first-time home buyers buying in Milwaukee County. The first one is for $15,000. They have to be buying within Milwaukee County and reach certain income limits. And then the second one is for $20,000, and that is through the Federal Home Loan Bank of Indiana. We're headquartered in Indiana, as you know, Denise. So that is a second grant, and that is really the highest, most robust grant program throughout the entire southeastern Wisconsin area. So it's it's up to $35,000 essentially that a person could be receiving for their first home. If you are in a position that you're looking to buy your first home throughout Milwaukee County, please give me a call. Please contact me. I'm more than happy to help everybody that I can.
And what's your number, Anna?
Sure.
How can they reach you?
414-978-0283.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know whether it's a new home or a new car. You've worked hard to achieve your dreams, and we work hard to protect them so you can enjoy the utmost peace of mind. Save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Sharon needed legal help. She needed Gruber Law Offices.
When I think about Gruber Law Office, I think about how they took care of me, how they make sure that you get what you're supposed to get. Gruber Law Office. One call, that's all. I will always trust one call, that's all.
Injured? Call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
They are the best. I'm very happy.
Come escape to Lake Lawn Resort. Enjoy stunning lakeside views, on-site golf, award-winning spa, and numerous dining options, including 1878 on the lake. Dive into the pools, explore water sports, or relax by the lakeside fire pits. Experience Lake Lawn Resort's newly renovated guest rooms, part of a multi-million-dollar upgrade for ultimate comfort and luxury. Whether it's a romantic getaway, family vacation, or corporate retreat, Lake Lawn Resort has it all. Book your stay at Lake Lawn Resort today and discover the perfect blend of adventure and relaxation.
It's the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Truth Nation, it's time to start jamming with juice. This is the Pop Culture Report with Carrie Noni and Ben Jammin on the Tory Lowe Show. Tap in to see what's trending today on Pop Culture Report.
1017 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show, Pop Culture Report, brought to you by Ben Jammin.
Do you remember the time?
And Carrie Noni Juice.
I was keeping it juicy, y'all.
Hey, look, what else is going on out here in these pop culture streets?
What you got, Benjamin?
Well, if y'all don't know, AI is under attack once again. Or maybe we're under attack. All right.
The regular people?
Well, yeah, it could be the regular people. I mean, we are regular people, aren't we? We just talk on the microphones each and every day.
Yeah.
But if you guys do not know, okay, AI companies are now being sued behind the BBL Drizzy.
What?
Sample. Yep. If you guys don't know, a group of major record labels are suing two AI startups alleging they wrongfully used popular artists' work to train their systems to produce copyrighted music without their consent. All right, and we've seen this time and time again, that AI has went on to replicate and copy our voices or whatever may have you to ultimately create content that goes on to, I guess, make a movement happen, right? That's what the BBL Drizzy was. It was a movement. Do y'all think this is right? Do you think it's wrong? Is it protecting us?
I think everything just needs to get regulated from the rooter to the tutor. Okay,
Ooh, I like that. From the rooter to the tutor.
From the rooter to the tutor. Especially with all of this advancement of technology, like people are gonna start using it in ways that we never thought of before, and
ways
we need
never
to
imagined.
get a handle on it right away, so people can't do stuff that they don't need to be doing. But my thing is, like when we had told this to Kyle, didn't Drake use an AI Tupac and an AI Snoop Dogg for one of his disses towards Kendrick?
He took it down after Tupac's estate wanted to sue him.
But he still had the idea to do that and put that out there. So is it Drake's team suing for that, or somebody other label suing for that? Because that's very hypocritical if it's coming from Drake.
You know what's interesting, and I like the way you phrased that, Juice, is that you said, is this Drake's team? Is this the OVO camp? I mean, damn, at this point, the whole record industry might as well be Drake's team. Okay, because ultimately Sony Music Group, UMG, talking about Universal Music Group, and Warner Records are actually following this copyright infringement against these two AI startup companies. So you might as well say this is his team.
Well, the thing is, Drake had a $400 million contract with the industry, and they got to try to clean up some of this image, because when you got kids singing
BBL Drizzy
and certified pedophile and all that, like that, all that, like, they got to do some damage control.
Yeah.
Because they got to still get their money on the back end.
That PR team working overtime.
They got to, because it's an investment. And again, Drake just secured one of the biggest bags ever of any artist. We were just talking about Michael Jackson in the last segment. Even better than on Michael Jackson. So they have already projected for Drake to become, or if he isn't already, the king of music for the new generation, right? But for them to go out and
Drake?
Yeah, Drake. I mean, that's why they gave him a $400 million record deal, right? Because they believe that he's going to be the man, But with that being said, Kendrick just took a whole stab at that, took a chunk out that boy's armor. So now, like you said before, Juice, the team has to do something to mitigate these things, these allegations against him. We don't know if Drake's a pedo, but we do know that we can go after AI, all right?
And I just want to know, what is Drake going to do moving forward? Like, is he thinking about doing a summer banger to get this attention off of him? Do you think he's going to just chill out for a little while? You think he's going to put it all in a music, and his music is going to actually grow a little bit, and it's going to be an evolution of Drake? I just wonder, what is he really thinking right now? Like, what is his game plan? Or is he frantically just like hating life right now? Because he's been real quiet a little bit, and Drake don't usually be this quiet.
And AI is unregulated right now.
Right.
We don't know the extent of AI right now. It's just something that's being introduced.
We're in the infancy stages of all of this technology and AI.
A lot of the people who originally made AI, they stopped. They resigned. They got statements out here saying they made it for one thing, but there's a back end to AI that they fear, that people may take advantage of when it comes to AI, and I agree. I'm starting to see people use it. Even with this current election coming up, you can change people's voices. You can sound like people.
Right.
And people don't search for the truth.
No, they don't.
So whatever you give them is what they gonna take, and they not doing no extra digging, no nothing. So narratives can easily be put out there that aren't even true, just because people don't want to do the work to figure out if it was a lie or not, which is very dangerous.
And they was using it to get people to scam people because they would find a rich person, find their relative, and call them and say, "We need money right quick. It's an emergency." And some people fell for that because they can use the voices, and they say, well, how do you get a person's voice? Well, when we go live on Facebook, we got our voice samples out there already. True. We've been talking on social media for years. All we got to do is get a nice 10-minute or a nice 5-minute, few second examples of your voice pattern, and they can copy your voice and call your loved one, and it sound like you.
Yeah,
so
that's scary.
It is scary.
Because people don't know. Like people in the older generation, they don't know what this tech stuff is or what this AI is, so they assuming the best of it. So that's why it definitely does need to get regulated.
Right.
But they might have started this for good, and we're using it for other evil things. But I look at that the same with social media, the same with the advancement of our phones. It's really a tool, but it's how we're choosing to use it that's making it so bad. What is it about us where we don't want to use it just for good? What, Benjamin?
I was just gonna say, if I was part of Drake's PR team, he definitely needs to go hide in the shadows for a minute. And the only reason I'm saying this is because I'm thinking about Michael Jackson for real. And when Michael Jackson was being labeled a molester and a pedo or whatever, he actually did disappear for a solid 5 years, and then came back with the "This Is It." He would do appearances from time to time, BET, all these other things, but then he came out with the "This Is It" tour, and that was it.
Dang, I wonder how long he'd have to be in the shadows, for the rest of the year.
I think
Drake got enough
he
songs.
might fall off.
Drake got enough.
Drake.
Look, hold on.
I like how you doing it. I like how you doing that, Juice. But Drake's not gonna fall off. Let's be serious. This just might be his dark ages. He might be going through a dark spell.
That's what I'm saying.
And he got so many songs that's going to continue to rotate.
100%.
That he can take off 2 years and still come back.
About the
Tekashi 6ix9ine can come back after hiding out for 2 years. He ready to make a plan to come back somewhere after 2 years.
He's in Russia.
I don't know. Hopefully these young kids,
they love him out there.
Yeah, they do.
Hopefully he stay relevant. I don't know. We'll see.
All right. Well, I thank y'all for that pop culture report.
It's amazing.
Benjamin.
It's amazing.
And Carrie Noni.
Keeping it
Juice.
It's amazing.
Hey, look, when we come back, we'll have more conversation. Truth Nation.
Keeping it juicy.
Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Truth Nation, our first Beyond the Mic Happy Hour Mixer Series was a hit. Round 2 is up next. Join me and my Truth teammates for my Beyond the Mic Happy Hour Mixer Series on Tuesday, June 25th from 5 until 7 p.m. at Scene 1 Restaurant and Lounge, located at 5526 West North Avenue in Milwaukee. There will be delicious cocktails, great conversation, and unforgettable memories. Plus, from 5 until 6 p.m., your first drinks are sponsored by PWD Computers. So mark your calendars for Tuesday, June 25th from 5 until 7 p.m. at Scene 1 Restaurant and Lounge.
Get the beat of the Bucks straight from a fan favorite and Bucks legend.
Welcome to the fantastic voyage. Marcus Johnson, the captain of this vessel.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson, a Bucks Plus audio production.
First mate Chris Johnson, the only father and son tandem.
Your weekly pulse on the Milwaukee Bucks and conversations with the biggest names in basketball. This week, Marcus and his son Chris are joined by Bucks legend Sidney Moncrief. Find Here District now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, or wherever you get your podcast.
Carrie, where's Tory, Lowe, and Dr. Ken at? I'm trying to knock these commercials out.
How am I supposed to know, Sherwin?
Well, I'm about to do their parts because my impressions are on point anyway. This is Dr. Ken Harris from Truth in the Afternoon, and I want you to download the Truth app in the Google Play Store and Apple Store so you can never miss my show or any of the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Really, Kyle?
Sherwin, you are crazy.
Sherwin, your impression of me is horrible. Move. Give me my mic. I guess I'll just repeat what Sherwin said. Go to the Google Play Store or Apple Store to download the 1017 The Truth app today so you can take the home of Milwaukee Black Talk with you wherever you are.
Can't listen live? Download the new 1017 The Truth app on your smartphone today to catch up on all your favorite shows. Search 1017 The Truth on your Google Play Store or Apple App Store so you don't miss out on any of the action.
Being blind doesn't always look how others may think. Stargardt disease was supposed to define me.
Retinitis pigmentosa aimed to overwhelm my family.
It tried to cut me down.
A blinding eye disease attempted to force me away from doing what I was born to do.
But it cannot stop me. I have the tools.
I will keep moving forward.
Pushing past the limits of this disability.
I know where to find support and where I can be seen.
Loss of sight won't blind our vision. Innovative research, educational resources, supportive community. The Foundation Fighting Blindness is leading the charge in finding treatments and cures for blinding diseases. Learn more at fightingblindness.org. A public service message from the Foundation Fighting Blindness.
Breaking news, weather, entertainment, and sports. We have it all here. This is 101.7 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Psst, we bought that action.
The place for the realest conversations.
I appreciate United Garden Homes for stopping through with a check for $2,000.
Yes.
Some people came through anonymously.
Yes.
Dropped off money. The family has received those funds. And whatever you can do, if everybody do a little, nobody has to do a lot.
The movement continues.
Did you ever think that you would be in this position right now where your daughter would have some way lose her life?
I didn't want to believe it. All the times I called, sometimes the phone would ring and ring and ring for days. I didn't want to know that she had successfully committed suicide.
What are some of the conditions in the jail that got people upset, like the living conditions on a day-to-day basis?
We'll come out of our cell at 11 o'clock in the morning. We'll get food and we'll get medication. So that shortens the time. Out of those 2 hours, we'll probably get an hour out, and then we'll have to lock back down. And by lock back down, I mean we stay in our cell. We get fed in our cell. We don't come out of our cell at all. And that's pretty much the biggest problem. Like, they simply say that they're short-staffed, but that's not enough because they knew that they were going to be short-staffed. Like, this has been a problem for over 2 years now.
The marathon continues.
There's never been a better time to make change in the city of Milwaukee, starting with the youth. And we talked about the housing. Willie Hines, y'all boy Willie Hines, and they trying to change the leadership over there. We got our hands full, and it's not the time. But we got attorney B. Ivy Lamar on the lines right now, calling from the courthouse. How you doing, attorney B. Ivy Lamar?
Hey, what's going on, Tory? I'm good, man. Happy to be here.
Joining me on the line, Dr. Umar Johnson. How you doing, brother, Dr. Umar Johnson?
Peace and Pan-Africanism, good brother, Black Power, to all my brothers and sisters in Milwaukee, Kenosha, Green Bay, Racine, and across the state of Wisconsin.
Yo, peace, King. I'm going to stand with you and walk with you, brother.
God bless you.
Because I think it's an important thing, what you're doing, and you need to have the support of the community. Regardless if we live in these areas or not, it all affects us in one way or shape or form.
It's time for that action and all the smoke. This is the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association award-winning Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth app, and streaming live on YouTube.
Yam, pam, jam.
What do you mean by that?
Oh, wow.
Man, best show in the world, bro. You got the best show in the world. Hope you know that, man.
God bless you, brother. I appreciate that.
Speak up to you both. Thank you so much. Tory, you spoke to my kids. Liz, you did too. But you spoke to my kids, and when I tell you both that they was talking about what we did earlier that morning all day, that's literally what they was doing. They was talking about it all day. My son was just hollering, awesome. Where's Tory? Like,
tell Tony, all aboard. It's okay to jump on the love train.
I'm not jumping on the love train.
We might got a couple seats left.
Listen, he ain't going to be, Jordan Love will not be the starter in 5 years.
Trash. That's a trash.
That's just my take.
Now you're trying to string it out.
I know that ain't who I think it is.
well, I'll need some apologies from the staff of 101.7.
Oh, wow. Wait a minute. I think the line's messing up. Hey, Eddie. Oh, I guess something happened with Eddie.
Hush up, boy.
And they have an agenda. And the agenda is a satanic one. I don't know why people don't talk about it. You can't talk.
Oh, Yo, they just empty.
I want to make sure that I let you know that to hear a person and have a person like you in this community, the way that you are selfless, the way that you give, even when your cup is not even full, you are filling other people's cups. And that just inspires me to make sure that I help you the best way that I can by doing my part.
As always, my good brother, stay cool, stay calm, stay focused.
Now, live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is the king of talk radio, Tory Lowe.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4, we about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 101.7 The Truth. Thank you for joining me for the second hour of the Tory Lowe Show. We got the queen, the author, the advocate, Elizabeth Brown in studio.
Hey, yo.
Hey, how you doing, queen?
Hey, it's beautiful outside. No complaints from me.
Hey, look, and we got guests.
Yes, we do.
We got guests. We got Erica Hunt, who is the internal organizer at SEIU, the union.
Yep.
And she got some union members in the building. Who did you bring with you today?
Today I brought 2 of my union members who are actively working in their work sites to build up the union. And we have first a shop steward, R.J. Washington, and then we also have Juan Macbeth.
What's up, y'all?
Hey, how y'all doing? Now,
I salute.
What type of union is this?
This is a service employee international union.
And what do y'all do?
What we do is we bring together working members in the workplace to help them negotiate and bargain their contracts so that they can make better benefits, better wages, and have a healthier work life.
So just like employment ideas.
Exactly.
Okay, so if you're employed at a job, they join the SEIU?
Yep. So here in Wisconsin, we are SEIU Wisconsin, and we are 7,000 members strong in the state of Wisconsin.
Okay.
However, SEIU Wisconsin is also represented internationally across the country, and we have over 2 million members internationally.
Okay. So this is a huge union.
It is.
Now, and for those that are listening, Truth Nation, Erica Hunt also was on the walk with me from Milwaukee.
Yes, I was.
To Washington, D.C. So
salute.
That's definitely something that, we'll hit on maybe today, maybe in the future time. But she is a witness of what took place from us walking from Milwaukee to Washington, D.C. And now she's working with the union SEIU. What do you want people to understand about the union work that you're doing and how it helps the community?
Well, being part of the union is going to help you break that spell of poverty, right? We work together to come together to unify our communities so that they can have greater wages in the workplace. But it also helps when it comes down to politically organizing, right? Our workers are the voters, and if we can tie that together, we can improve our communities.
Now, is this somebody on the chat says, is this connected with NPS?
No. We do not represent the NPS teachers. They have a separate union of their own.
People in the chat, hey, they was about to come.
We got that
they was about to call on the line. But so introduce the union members that you have brought in, and also what they're doing as well.
Okay. So we have RJ. RJ has been with me since I started in 2022.
How you doing, RJ?
When we came back. RJ is a security guard officer, and RJ is more than ready to tell you about what he does.
Hey, what do you do, RJ? How do you make it happen with the union in the community?
Yeah, so first I want to say thank you for having us. And secondly, yeah, I've been with the union for quite some time now. I did start when I was 16, so I'm 25 now, so that's almost about 10 years.
Salute.
What I do as far as my position here, I mean, I'm employed with Allied Universal, and you know, basically with working with them for 3 years, I've seen drastic changes while being in the union as far as increased wages. We just got 6 more holiday pay, you know, listings, which is a total of 8. We started off with 2, you know, so just a lot of advantages that I've seen within the union and being a part of the union. Erica?
Okay, and then so RJ is a security guard officer, and he did speak briefly about the opportunities to make more money.
Yeah.
One thing I would like to highlight is both of my members who are represented today are part of the younger generation of union members.
That's what's up.
We do have older generations of members who, you know, used to have to turn the phone down, and if you messed up, you had to start back over to call your coworker, right? Well, now today we are taking advantage of our younger members that can send 50 text messages out in 10, 15 minutes to reach out their workers. We also have Jawan, and Jawan is more than ready to tell you who he is and what he does in his work site.
How you doing, Jawan?
Good. Nice to meet you.
Hey, now how are you working with the union and helping the community?
So I recently just started a couple months ago, I would say. So in the union, we would do like a lot of meetings, and in the meetings we would normally talk about like the union. So within the union, we talk about like wages, like how to become better wages, how to build relationships with each other, basically.
Now, when we talk about unions and people joining unions, do you have to be a part of any particular idea to join a union? Do you have to have a job to join this union? So how do you do this, or do you go around and recruit people from different jobs all over the place to join the union?
So there's no recruitment, right? However, being a part of the union comes with having employment. You have to obtain these positions with these different companies. We're not name dropping because we respect the companies we work with, right? So you have to get the job. You have to earn the job, and you have to keep the job in order to be part of the union. So that teaches you a lot of work etiquette. That teaches you longevity. For instance, that teaches you how to have worker rights, right? And it teaches you how to protect yourself and negotiate, which is all skills that I learned when I became a union member as well. Shout out to the steel workers. I'm a union member and a union organizer. A lot of other things that we do is protect the work site. So, for instance, Jawan's worksite had an issue with a manager who was abusing their authority and power. The union members over there are union strong, so they came together and they notified me as their union rep or union organizer, right? And what we did is we took that issue to management. Management had no problem finding out the evidence that they needed to make a termination, and we got rid of that bully boss.
Now, we in the chat, and the chat says, what jobs are considered service jobs?
Service jobs. So SEIU Wisconsin represents security guard officer, food service workers, janitors. Shout out to the janitors who are at the bargaining table as we speak, negotiating wages for the Brown community to improve their lifestyle and their working environment. Shout out to the teachers in Racine. Shout out to the nurses in Madison at Madison, right? We also have, so that covered teachers, janitors, food service workers, custodial workers. That covers security guard officers. So the service people, the people that you need to run these buildings when COVID came, that were still here, who are essential workers, those are the people we represent.
Now, how much does it cost to be a part of the union?
Now, union dues is a responsibility that members take on, right? But just like anything else, if you don't invest into it, then it's not going to be anything. So union dues can be different compared to what contract you are talking about, because each different work site has a different contract.
So the work site has to be a part of the union, or because I have somebody that's working security and he's been there like 3 years. They not giving him like raises. He ain't got no days off. Like, so
we have to first identify what work site. And once again, we're not going to do no name dropping.
Oh, not at all.
Okay. But we have to identify what work site he works at.
Okay.
And if that work site is a union work site.
Okay.
And then find out if he's represented by us as SEIU Wisconsin or if there's a different union work site. Now, there are several work sites that are not covered by the union.
Right.
Okay. So it may be in a situation where they're taking advantage of that labor over there because they don't have union representation.
Okay.
Now, is it important for people who work in industries, the service industries, to be backed by unions?
So, Tory, you know what happened to me in 2020, right? I was a food service worker at a fast food facility that did not have union representation. I was mishandled and abused in the work site. And when I tried to take on that company by myself, I did not gain any wins in that, right? So, with coming together, we all know it's power in numbers. So, when we come together, a union got your back here compared to
representation that will come in. Since you're paying the union dues, does that come with a lawyer? What does the union dues bring you? Like does it bring you a bunch of people coming on your behalf, or does it get legal? Do you get a free T-shirt? I mean, what's going on?
First off, I got purple swag. Okay, I got purple swag. We love our purple, and when I call a purple wave, we will show up in our purple. I got a couple pair of purple Jordans. Okay, we do have swag gear. However, your union dues is your security. Right. So like you pay insurance on your car. Right. You need to pay insurance in this workplace. Now, when you say a lawyer, a lot of different situations, they can get complicated. Right. So that is on a case by case situation. And we would have to talk with our grievance team and our grievance specialists and our cons to talk about those individual situations, right? Because nothing is the same when it comes down to situations like that. However, you get a union organizer like myself who will come and defend you. I will come. I will sit in these sessions with you. A lot of times when you are in a write-up hearing or meeting or a termination hearing, it gets intimidating. It does. So you definitely get me to come and sit aside with you to make sure that you are not completely intimidated and blindsided.
Okay.
And they allow this because they are like when I used to get calls from people, employment ideas, they would ask me to come to the meeting with them, but I wasn't a part of any union, and I had done it several times. But I wish that I knew that you was doing this, because when you do union ideas and the union representative comes, how much difference does that make in the conversation?
So outside of the mental support that you offer that person, right, because a lot of times you are stressed, because when you're thinking about losing your livelihood or your work, it gets very stressful, right? Yeah. So you get that mental support from us. Not only that, we get to focus on the contract, right? So I'm going to let you know what is contract written, what is in plain black and white writing, and what you can stand up against. Yeah. Some stuff we can't touch because it's not in the contract.
Right.
But, however, if it is a contract violation, the union has no problem representing people.
So when it comes to the policies and procedures of that company, the union, y'all follow their policies and procedures as well, right?
No, the contract is separate from the handbook and policies and procedures.
Okay.
Hey, look, I'm going to tell you right now, it's so far so good. So far it sounds like you may have great representation when it comes to employment ideas, especially in black communities and brown communities. I really have to deal with a lot of the legal side of employment ideas, the human and civil rights violations and the harassment that goes on in some of these workplaces. For those who are interested being a part of this, how can they be a part of this?
Well, first off, they got to get the job and earn the job. Right. I can't pull no strings to get you the job, right? You got to get the job, you got to earn the job. However, you can become more involved in organizing, and that is becoming a shop steward or a shop steward in training, right? So then that way we can train you on how to represent not only yourself but your coworkers. So Tory, you mentioned earlier you would go into some of these meetings, so it sounded like you were an acting shop steward at that point.
Hey, look, I didn't know what to call it. I just know that they needed some help.
That part. Hey, they didn't want to be by themselves.
Right. They just wanted me to come do it. And like I said, I had a severe incident myself in Minnesota, so I understand what it means to have representation, you know, to accompany you, because sometimes they'll talk over your head. And, I always say when you go into these employment meetings, they'll put a stack of paper down and you're trying to talk, and they'll intimidate you by putting all these paperwork
Legalese.
ideas in front of you, and then you like, oh, what is that? You know, they'll punch you in when you was late. You know, all the stuff you didn't see this whole time, and then when you have a gripe, then this comes into play, and now you back down because you feel intimidated that, oh, I didn't know that they was keeping track of all of this. But once you walk into a business, from the time you walk in to the time you leave, they keeping track of everything.
All facts.
Now, they may not be focused on you at that point, but when you do become the focus, all of a sudden, all of your stuff will come up, you know, even the things that you never heard, you know, about. So
'Cause everybody telling on you.
Yeah, they'll avalanche you at that time, and I believe that when you have great representation there, they may pull back on some of the intimidation ideas.
So you are correct, Tory. Intimidation is a thing that has been used in corporations for a long time. It's actually seeped over into a lot of the different businesses and school systems. So we know that is there. But what I like to do is I like to teach the young people, or even my older school members, how to identify these tactics, how to defend themselves, how to make sure that they keep their cool and their composure during these situations so that they're not giving away their jobs.
I agree.
Right? Yeah. And the biggest key component to this is don't give away your job. Don't give them a reason to terminate you, right? And I can defend you.
And that does happen, because I always tell people, you may be feeling a certain way about what they're doing, but the way you acted and responded to what they were doing cost you your job.
Exactly. And I took that note from you, Tory. How I responded a long time ago, before I got even involved with the unions, is how I respond to the hatred, or how I respond to your comments plays a key component. But these are all skills that these young people get the chance to learn and use outside of the workplace.
Yeah.
Hey, look, Truth Nation, look, we got the union, SEIU, and we got Erica Hunt, the internal organizer, in the building, and she got some union workers with her today, some young union workers out here, active out here in the community. And look, when we come back, I want to ask you, you know, when we talk about unions, the functionality of the unions and why our community need to understand how to be better represented by unions. Because I'm just now, you know, dealing with unions on the opposite end, like the police unions or the NPS teachers union, you know, where we see things going on in a certain way. But you're talking about employment ideas and things like that, which is probably very important when we talk about keeping jobs. But when we come back, I want to discuss why is it important to get involved in union ideas and make sure that we're being represented properly. Truth Nation, when we come back, we're going to have more conversation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. The 2024 election cycle is in full effect, and we at the award-winning 1017 The Truth will be here to keep you up to date and informed on how this election can and will impact you. Tune in this Thursday night as we broadcast the first United States presidential debate between President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump. Debate coverage begins at 8 o'clock. Again, that is the U.S. presidential debate this Thursday at 8 p.m. on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
You know one thing about Biden?
Here you go again.
When he makes a promise, he keeps it.
Okay, like what?
He got us out of the pandemic, got the country back on its feet.
Okay, sure.
And when all that recovery money was getting spent, Biden made sure that black businesses and communities got our fair share.
So, man?
That's a promise made and a promise kept.
Okay, but what else?
New roads, new bridges, high-speed internet, even out in the country where your brother lives.
Yeah.
Lower health insurance rates. Didn't your premiums go down?
Uh-huh.
That's another Biden promise kept.
Looks like it.
My mom's medication costs less. Your cousin's insulin is now only $35.
Okay, but what about jobs, building wealth?
Under Biden, the number of new black small businesses is booming, and black unemployment hit a record low. See? That's another...
Okay, I get it. Promise made, promise kept. I can see that now.
Told you. Biden and Harris are getting the job done for us.
I'm Joe Biden, candidate for president, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Biden for president.
Adrian was seriously injured when a careless driver merged into her lane.
Gruber was there for everything that I needed. Any questions that I had, Gruber was there. They made me feel like everything about my situation and my accident was very important to them, and that made me feel good. And I would definitely call Gruber again for that.
Serving Wisconsin for over 35 years, Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
They go above and beyond for their clients.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that a lot of life's firsts are better with help from American Family Insurance. Like your first home expansion or your first big lightning strike. There's a first for everything. Get the right home policy at the right price with the right help from American Family's agents. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Calling all MPS alumni and supporters. Grab your golf clubs and show up and show out for Milwaukee's kids. The MPS Foundation is proud to announce the inaugural MPS Foundation Golf Outing for MKE's future. Happy Wednesday, June 26th at Brown Deer Golf Course. Grab your foursome and head to mpsfdn.org for more info and to sign up. That's mpsfdn.org. Call Vanessa Claypool today to register. Together, we can drive positive change for Milwaukee's schools.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
101 pull up with 10s. 101 never again. 101 get the cake in the butter. I kinda like hustle the money all in. Rhyming the town in the drop top coupe in the motor in the trunk you can hear. Hearing all about how they want me to lose, but I'm W, due for a win. Stroking the slow on the push, I'm having the snow bunny pull up a lid.
101.7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. DJ Brother Z on the ones and twos. Elizabeth Brown in studio. We got guests, Truth Nation. We got SEIU Wisconsin, the union. We got Erica Hunt, maternal organizer, and she brought some young union workers, up and coming union workers in the studio. Now, why is it important? Because Wisconsin is a at will state. Like, they can almost fire you if they just don't like you. Mm-hmm. And how does the union work? Because there was a huge thing with Scott Walker busting up the unions and things like that. How is the unions functioning now?
We're building and redeveloping workers each day. The turnover is high in these companies because it's cheaper to have people continuously coming in like a revolver door than it is to keep members long-term longevity, right? Mm-hmm. Pension plans come with contract negotiation. Retirement plans come with it. Healthcare comes with it.
Dental.
Annual raises, dental care, vision care. All these things that are missing in our community come with these contracts. Now, each contract is unique within its own because you have a certain bargaining team that may control it, right? So they're unique. So you have to look specifically into contracting if we talk about any contracting. However, being part of the union or SEIU Wisconsin is beneficial to you as far as gaining knowledge, So I'll let Juwan talk about a little bit of that.
What's up, y'all?
Hey, look, now you're a young union member. What are you going through? What are you experiencing going through this process?
Well, my experience, I take it as a learning experience. So every day I'm taking notes, I'm writing everything down, basically trying to just be better moving forward.
How many people that look like you are involved in this process?
That's a lot of them, honestly.
Mm-hmm. And what are they doing? What is the conversation about being a part of a union like this?
Well, when you think of union, you think of unity, basically. Mm-hmm. So we just basically trying to get more support every day.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'll add to that. I mean, being young and starting out young when I was 15, just having the opportunity to go state to state, be a part of these moments in history, I mean, that should be enough motivation, right, for the youth to get out here and learn the information. And then, like I said, like I tell Erica all the time, my job, I take it very serious, my job description here, because I'll get the information from these states, take the knowledge back and give it to the youth, and then they can see, and they see me doing these things. Organizing and networking and politicking, and they see me doing these things, and then they get, how can we, I know somebody that, and it keep the ball going and the train rolling. So it's not just me; it's bigger than us, and that's what we're getting at here. It's a purpose.
It's definitely a we thing.
It's definitely a purpose.
It's a we thing. If I achieve, you achieve. If I get that annual raise, you gonna get that annual raise.
That's right.
If I get that vacation time, you gonna get that vacation time.
Hey.
Okay.
That's right.
Powerful. And what else do the community need besides more money in their pocket? As an organizer and a marcher and a protester, you know, it was okay to get them a box of food right now. You know, that may have felt their hunger in their belly right there.
Yeah.
But it didn't offer them a lot of knowledge. It didn't offer them to teach them what their worker rights were in the workplace so that they can stop being a victim or a target in the workplace, right? It teaches them a lot of skills. In October of 2023, we had the opportunity to take 150 members from Milwaukee to the state capitol for a union celebration. Some of my members had told me I had never left Milwaukee. What type of achievement is that?
I mean, it's factual.
It's very factual,
especially in any inner city. Usually our youth don't get that chance, and this is why, you know, when we talk about NPS and the setup, because again, that's a problem, especially when we're trying to teach them to advocate for themselves in these jobs when it comes to, because a lot of times I know I was in corporate for almost 20 years, and when you're our color and in these spaces and places, a lot of times the abuse is real, and people don't leave corporations, they leave managers and supervisors, you know, that usually, like you said, they use their power, they misuse their power. And a lot of times, just knowing that you've been there that long and you're feeling like, you know, it's helping you help somebody else. That's the whole goal.
That's the goal. That's my overall goal. And any of the organizing I've done, regardless if it was grassroots or with the union. Here in Milwaukee, I have 700 members alone in the downtown Milwaukee area.
Now, I was wondering, why would you urge those that are employed to be a part of a union?
Oh, because it's way cheaper for these big companies are going and taking their profit that you help them earn every year, and they going to the moon, and they deep diving in the ocean.
Oh, wow. Well, that ain't working out so good.
Right? We heard about those.
That don't seem like that's working out so good for them going down in the ocean.
Exactly. Exactly. But they took those profits that we helped them earn, and they're disposable income to them.
Yeah.
When we have members who are still struggling to put food on the table or pay for their bus pass to get to work.
Underpaid, overworked.
Come on.
You know.
Last one hired, first one fired.
Exactly. And it's a revolving door for members like us. So, and then when we get ready to go to the next job, we looking at like, okay, well, how come you ain't been at the same job for longer than 2 years? Ain't nobody talking about
the at-will state.
Exactly.
Now, I got some people in the chat that says, I want to know if the young people knew what a union was before they joined, and how were they introduced to the union?
So idealistically, yes, everyone that joins the union or want to be a part of the union, they're introduced to what we do, how they'll be protected if they join the union, their rights automatically. The first step, though, is being active. We have to get you to a meeting. You have to get your feet wet. You have to get involved and kind of physically see what we are all about, the SEIU organization, and how you can, apply yourself.
SEIU Wisconsin.
SEIU Wisconsin.
So that's how you was introduced.
Yes, I was a McDonald's worker back in 2016.
The Fight for 15.
Yes, Fight for, yep, yes sir. And this guy walked in and was like, "Hey, do you think that?" Because minimum wage actually had just risen by $1.25 from $7.25 to like $8.50 or something like that. And he was like, "Do you think that now at 16?" I'm like, "Yeah, I can definitely make way with a $300 check." Like, he like, "No, think about your future, like future terms, like when you go into college or if you want to have kids or whatever you want to do, like think about those moments. Like, what do you want to do with your life?" He encouraged me to come to a meeting, and I did, and it was the best thing that I ever could have done. Being the only one, in my family to be a part of something like this. My grandmother also
introducing that knowledge to your family,
to my
Generations.
and your friends.
generations, because there, truth be told, there's a generation after us. So that's important as well for the younger youth, people to know, take advantage of this, because we won't always be here.
Yeah.
This knowledge, this information won't always, unless you do something with it. So
okay.
Powerful.
But I do NEOs every day with these different companies, and sometimes there's 2-3 different NEOs, and there's a lot of people who only think that the union is going to come in when you get in trouble. We are way more than representing you when you're in a disciplinary meeting, right? We are a community. We are making sure you get paid right, making sure you get the opportunity to defend yourself in the workplace, right? So yes, I mean, myself, I started out as a Fight for 15 activist in 2009. I was at McDonald's working when somebody asked me, did I know anything about a union? I told her straight up, I don't know and I ain't got time.
I'm trying to get this coin.
Yeah, exactly. I was trying to keep them dry through time so I can make sure I get all my hours next week, right? I didn't get no extra benefits, so I had to make sure I got my 40 hours every week in order to provide for my son. And I was a teen mom at the time. And so, going on outside of just being part of the union, when she represented it to me, it was like, you want to learn how to make more money? I was all ears. Yes, I want to learn how to make more money. I need to provide for a family right now.
Now, you said you came out of the fast food industry into the union.
Yes.
And you had an incident where you tried to fight up against the company and it didn't work out for you. So does that fuel your energy now?
Yes.
That experience?
Yes. It does fuel my energy. Actually, the same union organizer who came in and asked me if I wanted to be part of it and was leading me in the activist work for Fight for 15, she's actually the one that came and got me out the freezing cold that day when my eyes was black and blue and my nose was broken because I had been physically assaulted by my assistant manager.
Oh, wow.
Wow. At the job?
At the job, on the clock.
Wow.
I was fired before the swelling in my eyes went down. But instead of taking it back to street violence, I let God handle my battles. And then a year later, they were asking me, you want to organize for the union? Sure, I'll organize. I get the opportunity to fight for young people like myself. I get the opportunity
and make sure
to teach
that you
them.
can stand up for those that are being taken advantage of in the workplace.
Correct. And then, I mean, the corruption that I see in Milwaukee streets every day is another reason why I'm fueled to teach these young people, because I don't want them to feel like the only option they have is gun violence or reckless driving.
Right. Powerful.
Thank you.
Hey, look, I'm going to give y'all the final words. We got to run the break. I thank Juwan, RJ, and Erica for coming through.
Salute.
I'm going to give y'all the final words before we run the break. What do y'all want to say to the community?
Hey, being part of a union come with a work check. As long as you can keep that job, you can keep that money coming in. And when you got that income, your livelihood changes.
Yeah, and learn your rights. You got to know your rights. Do your information and your research. Network.
Read that handbook.
Definitely read that handbook. Do network. Get in contact with some people.
Yeah, a lot of times when you start off in a union, a lot of people, they in their own head. So a lot of times they won't take advantage of those opportunities. So you kind of got to go after it.
Hey, all right. Well, I thank y'all for coming through.
Thank you for having us.
SEIU Wisconsin in the building.
Yes, sir.
Truth Nation, when we come back, we'll have more conversations. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
The Tory Lowe Show returns after this on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. It's time for Truth Takes, a thought-provoking commentary on the new 1017 The Truth. Here is Tory Lowe with his truth.
Have you ever heard of the saying, health is wealth? Or eat your food as medicine before you have to take your medicine like it's food? Well, I'm maturing in age and I'm starting to realize what it means to truly value my health. Lately, I've been paying attention to what I'm putting in my body by making changes to my diet and adding exercise to my daily routine. Look, I love to eat, and I have not always been conscious of reading the labels. My motto used to be, if it tastes good, it's all good. Now my motto is eat better, get stronger, and live longer. The truth is, it's important to make positive adjustments that will increase your health long term. I might not be a guru on nutrition, but I do know you are what you eat. And even if you decide to eat better, you still have to watch out for processed foods, PFAs, GMOs, and other man-made chemicals that could negatively impact your health. So remember to detox your body as often as you can. There are many ways to go about this, so do your research and check with your doctor if you have pre-existing conditions. At the end of the day, it's your life, your health, and we have to make sure we're taking time to do the proper maintenance on ourselves. Also, make sure you choose a diet and exercise routine that works for you. I'm excited about this new journey that I'm on to properly take care of my body, and I hope I can encourage you to get excited about your health as well. Eat better, get stronger, live longer. Now start eating powerful.
This has been Truth Takes on the new 1017 The Truth. Listen to The Tory Lowe Show weekdays from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation. They bring a variety of perspectives from diverse backgrounds, innovating how they teach to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Achieving this takes skill and expertise. They're tireless explorers, creatively discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, experimenting, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, and connecting with each other. Leading by example. Experience the unique joy of helping students thrive. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org, a campaign supported by the U.S. Department of Education, teach.org, and 1 million teachers of color.
Today's Associated Bank Sports Update on 1017 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Alex Tellez. Over in baseball, the Milwaukee Brewers took care of business at home, beating the Texas Rangers 6-3 on Monday. They're back in action this Tuesday as Bryce Wilson is on the mound versus Andrew Heaney. First pitch is scheduled for 7:10, with coverage beginning over on WTMJ at 6:35. Brewers currently still sit at first place in the division with a 5-game lead over the St. Louis Cardinals. Over in the NBA, the Milwaukee Bucks continue to prepare for this year's 2024 NBA Draft, as day one is tomorrow night, this Wednesday at 7, as the Bucks hold the 23rd pick in the draft. And finally, over in the NHL, the Florida Panthers beat the Edmonton Oilers 2-1, winning the Stanley Cup Finals in 7 games after being up 3-0 in the series. This sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams, member FDIC.
It's the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Pull up in motorcades. I got a show today. That's all I'm trying to do. Hustle and motivate. Choppers a throwaway. Hustle the overweight. That's why they follow me, huh? They think I know the way. 'Cause I took control of
1017 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. DJ Brothers on the ones and twos, Elizabeth Brown in studio.
Hey.
NPS board member investigated for possible misconduct in office. Search warrant asks for phone records to investigate where Aisha Carr lived shortly after she was elected. A newly unsealed search warrant shows an investigation for the possible charge of misconduct in public office. This is directed at former school board director Aisha Carr. Let's listen to see what's going on. Oh, okay. We waiting for the audio to get up here. Well, I'll say this. This is interesting because she was the one that was telling everybody
blowing the whistle
not
correct
to vote.
That
yes.
It's fraudulent. Yes.
And she spent a lot of time trying to tell people, okay, this is what's going on.
Exactly.
And now
she rang the bell.
They're starting to criminally prosecute her.
And what's crazy to me is the attorney's office, okay?
The district attorney's office.
So you're going to do an investigation on somebody that's telling the people the truth, and it turned out to be that everything that she said was factual. Where is the charges, you know what I'm saying, for supposedly
Right.
You know, and the school board members. Where's the charges for the people who knew about in the health department of the children that was poisoned? You know, this because again, this the same district attorney's office that's choosing to investigate.
Hey, look, I'll say this. You know, this is why we have to pay attention to this, because the people who are trying to help the community are the ones that are getting prosecuted.
Facts.
The people who took the money,
they somewhere
they on vacation. They on vacation, and they got supposedly got a golden parachute.
He did. I mean, where's the federal investigation with Willie Hines?
Hey, look, let's listen to see what's going on with Aisha Carr.
The criminal investigation involving a Milwaukee Public School Board member.
No charges have been filed against Aisha Carr, but a recently unsealed warrant details an investigation. 12 News investigative reporter James Stratton is live in the newsroom tonight. James, the investigation is for possible misconduct in public office.
At issue, Kristen, is whether she lived in the district that she represents. We just obtained this search warrant. It comes on the heels of a heated Milwaukee Public Schools board meeting just last night.
I wonder if this is an opportunity to actually engage and bring our parents and our community partners in to help us re-envision and restructure that committee.
During a packed school board meeting Thursday night, school board director Aisha Carr received applause while discussing a parent empowerment policy. Former state senator Lena Taylor lended her support.
Good evening. I'm coming for 3 reasons. The first is I come because I want to support Director Carr.
Friday, 12 News obtained a recently unsealed search warrant showing county investigators investigating Carr for possible misconduct in public office. At issue is whether she lived in the district she represents. Voters elected Carr to serve in School Board District Number 4 in April of 2021. At the time, she was living near 2nd and Locust, outside the district boundaries, it states. The warrant goes on to state Carr said she would move into the district like state law requires. The warrant says she then provided documentation to MPS that she moved into the district near 22nd and Brown. However, according to the warrant, she continued to vote as if she lived at the first address up until April of last year. The search warrant is for phone records, calls, texts, and data location, which would show where Carr spent the majority of her time.
On the motion by Director Simpson to retire to executive session pursuant to Wisconsin statute section 19.85, parent 1.
Thursday night school board meeting ended with board members going into closed session to consider and act on an investigation of complaints about a board member.
Madam Secretary, please record the time.
The agenda didn't state which board member. Carr tells 12 News over the phone she didn't know about an investigation and wouldn't comment without consulting her attorney.
Hey, look, and I'll say this, what's even more disturbing about this whole Aisha Carr thing is that when we talk about transparency or somebody trying to allow for them to have a level of transparency with the community, I don't know if the way she went about it is being questioned. But I think that a lot of information that she was giving to us, now that we know what happened, now that we see that the back end from after the referendum had already passed, a lot of the stuff she was saying was true. And we should have took heed to it.
You're incorrect, Tory.
We got Dr. Ken in that place.
Was it? You're incorrect.
Hey, it's okay.
All of what she said was true.
Okay, but what I'm saying is...
it wasn't a little bit of it.
Right. Well, what I'm saying is she was telling us what we needed to hear before.
But what did your grandmother, your grandfather tell you? You got to be twice as good,
man,
in order to be considered equal. So they got your phone records. They got every GPS. Time you move, GPS, every cell tower. They know when you was home, when you wasn't. When you sent a message, it shows your location. And if the majority of your messages were on Locust and not Brown, they got you. So they're not going to just up and charge somebody on a humbug, right? They're gonna wait. The funny part about it is you waited until she got paid a significant amount of money. So now you can charge her with 2 felonies, not just misconduct in public office, which you can always plead down.
Do they get paid to be on the school board?
They get paid something like $4,000 a year or something, or I don't know what it is, but they get paid.
Well, you're incorrect because that is not a significant amount of money.
No, listen what I'm saying.
That's enough to pay your taxes at the end of the year.
Maybe.
If you own the house.
So in the end, yeah, not now.
Not now.
And so in the end, they got you, right?
Right.
If the information is correct, they got you. Mm. But you're just in line with every other, let's have the governor give Lena Taylor a circuit court seat so we can take control of that seat. Let's move this person out the way so we can get control of that seat. Let's move Willie Hines. And by the way, Willie Hines works for the federal government, not the state.
Right.
So they can look into it till they blue in the face. The city can't fire Willie Hines.
Right.
So all those things they did ahead of time. But look at how Barrett did him. Waited until he left and then was supposed to send in a waiver because you got to be out of office for a year. Mm-hmm. Didn't send in the waiver. And now he's sad. It's like, so your Democratic Party that we've been supporting for God knows how many years continues to do that. Evan Goike always waits until there's a weakness in a black politician and then steps in as the white savior and wants to win everything. That's how that's how they constantly do it. So when people talk about we need to get out and vote, that is why we need to get out and vote, because we would outnumber them or anybody that doesn't support what we need supported, but we just won't vote.
And the thing is, because there's a recall going on the school board members. But I'll say this, the reactionary ideas, Aisha Carr was trying to get us a little bit ahead of this.
Right.
And now all of this is reactionary. Right. And everything.
What's reactionary?
Us reacting to her being charged.
Correct.
Us reacting to Keith Posley.
But you understand.
Us reacting to the fact that they were taking the money and they knew that they didn't have the paperwork into the state.
Right.
And still advertised.
Multiple paperwork.
Right. Exact.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, consistently.
Right. So.
When they asked us for the money.
So why didn't anybody in the black community step up? Leadership, anybody step up and say something's wrong? Nobody, no teachers stepped up, no union members stepped up, no board members stepped up, no administrators stepped up in all of MPS.
But hey,
they all got paid.
They working to help develop the children
because they all got paid. Meanwhile, the children are failing.
Period.
They got social promotion through 8th grade.
Come on.
So your child will literally go from 4K to 8th grade, not know anything, reading, writing, arithmetic, and then go to high school and fail out.
Hey, look, we got to run the break, but when we come back, we got Dr. Ken in studio, Elizabeth Brown in studio. I want to get your final thoughts on this Aisha Carr situation. Mm-hmm. Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Summerfest is back, and the award-winning 1017 The Truth has got you covered with front row access passes to the best concerts at Summerfest this year.
Tune in to all your favorite Truth shows every day so you do not miss your chance to win tickets and wristbands to see artists like SZA, Bryson Tiller, Lil Uzi Vert, En Vogue, K-Camp, and so many more.
Don't miss your chance to see these artists up close and personal during Milwaukee's biggest summer party. Summerfest is presented by our founding partner, American Family Insurance.
Are you tired of spending more and getting less? Do you feel weighed down by the increase in costs just to meet your daily needs? Are you looking for answers? Join Tory Lowe next Wednesday, June 26 at 6 p.m. for a powerful conversation with special guest Senator Ron Johnson. They'll dive into the important issues affecting your daily lives and discuss how progress can be made to ensure a better future. Join us Wednesday, June 26 at 6 p.m. to hear from Senator Ron Johnson, Tory Lowe, and music by
DJ Brother Z. Can you play that song for me?
At 275 West Wisconsin Avenue, Venue 3. Free food while it lasts. The Republican Party of Wisconsin paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. www.wisgop.org.
From my family and myself, I would like to say thank you to Gruber Law Offices for taking such good care of us.
I would say thank you because you're so human and so much of a friend during the whole process.
I'm super grateful for them representing me and doing all that they did for me.
I would just say thank you for making me feel better.
That's why I'm here, to say thank you, thank you, thank you.
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
I turn shorty up, sipping on that 1942. I got my 42. Oh, you got your 42. I got 40 of them. I rock Cardi's, you can't see my eyes because I be pouring up. I've been around with choppers.
1017 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. DJ Brother Z on the ones and twos. We got the queen, the author, the advocate, Elizabeth Brown in studio. And we got Dr. Ken for Dr. Ken Harris in the afternoon.
What up, what up?
In the building.
See, you done just took my topic, but I knew Tory was going to jump on it.
Hey, you already know. We out here.
You have to run it back.
We out here with the recall. We out here trying to get the recall in.
Yeah, we just giving you an alley-oop.
But see, my thing with the recall, you need to recall the whole board.
Right, but what I'm saying is...
Because you didn't start screaming and complaining, those two people, until after all this jumped off. So you knew it was going on and you didn't say
like I said, right now...
It starts somewhere.
Slow motion is better than no motion.
Facts.
No.
Yeah, because
you're letting everybody... Slow motion caused Posley to be able to get off with
Well,
that,
I'll
with
say
that
this.
Cash cow.
It was no motion before that.
Facts.
Okay, so all I'm saying is,
we got
of course, it was no motion.
Yeah, a little smoke.
It was smoke. It was smoke coming.
With a
smoke.
But a 7-alarm fire.
I like to just see when people. I just hope
the plane crashed.
I just hope they continue the motion.
Yeah.
Like once it gets to rolling downhill,
right.
I'm just hoping that the motion continues and never stops.
But we need to change the structure of how we do public schools. So I'm working on a show where I can get some people who teach education.
Okay.
To try to explain to me what's the disconnect from what you teach and how you license superintendents to what we have now. Because there's a distinct difference. And I can't see somebody in a school of education like Concordia or UWM or anywhere teaching people this is the correct way to treat kids. And so I think what happens is the union is that silent partner that nobody talks about until... boom, and then all of a sudden, oh, that's what we actually teach, but here we do this. And now you're stuck.
Now, look, I got a question for you that's just a little bit off. What do you think about the 10 Commandments being put in the schools in Louisiana?
There ain't no problem with it.
You ain't got no problem with that?
Some got to remind them to act right.
Come on.
Nothing else is working.
I'm with
Mom
you.
and daddy ain't working. Teachers ain't working. Superintendents, principals. Hey, we gotta. And I'm not bashing them because I think the most important thing for a child is school. You spend more time in school
than you do with your family.
Than you do awake at home.
Yes.
Well, I'll say this. If they against the 10 Commandments, they at least should put thou shalt not steal in the administrative office.
At the school board.
At the school board.
In the city hall, too.
Maybe we need to start hanging it in the school board meetings.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey.
Because
Maybe they need to swear on top of that to be a part of the school board.
Well, that's why you're in trouble. That's why she's in trouble, because she's the charge is misconduct in public office. So you're sworn in.
Right.
So when you're sworn in as a cop, sworn in as a firefighter. Right. I'm sworn in as a city commissioner. If I do something that's against the rules, I can get charged.
But that's what I'm saying.
The whole
we know the whole board is guilty.
Right.
We know, these individuals.
So rather than bother, recall all of them.
I agree.
Every single one of them.
And like I said, I think that if we are successful on one level, I think that all the dominoes will start falling.
But then we don't vote, and so it'll just stop, and they'll.
Well, I'll say this. That's what that's what I said.
We'll be right back.
It's the unions that back a lot of those board members. So, like I said, they'll just put in the next person up.
Now you know why unions ain't. People ain't happy about unions. So you gave your money to a union, and then it turned around, and you got nothing for it.
Yeah.
You got no raise. Everybody else that are administrators got paid, and you still left holding a bag with a bad product.
Because a lot of the people still about to get fired.
Look, now they're going to have 288 layoffs. No, that was 288
we gotta run the break.
layoffs. With that, they owe like what? Between $50 $50 and $60 million.
Ken, we can
go on. I can go finish my
tune into the Dr. Ken show in the afternoon.
I go buy food.
And he will be talking about this subject with Aisha Carr. Hey, look, when we come back, we'll have more discussion. Truth Nation, stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Calling all big thinkers. The world's climate is changing. These aren't new facts, but it means we must think in new ways about how we can live, prosper, and provide energy for our world while protecting our planet. Engineers are answering the call to create cleaner, safer, reliable energy. Solar power, harnessing the power of the sun to light all corners of the globe. Wind power, channeling a simple breeze to bring electricity to our homes. Hydropower, using the natural flow of water to generate electricity. Nuclear power, engineering advanced reactors that are safer, more reliable, and produce zero carbon emissions. Engineers are leading the way and empowering the next generation. Engineers answer the call. Brought to you by the National Academy of Engineering. Learn more at nae.edu.
Research shows that high-quality teachers have the greatest impact on student success during the school day. By shaping their students, they are shaping the future. Yet while actors have Oscars, musicians have Grammys, and athletes have gold medals, exemplary educators who prepare every profession are just not recognized enough. The Milken Educator Awards set out to change that by surprising outstanding educators across the nation with $25,000 prizes and providing a platform to celebrate, elevate, and activate the profession.
Erica Stevens!
The awards were created by Lowell Milken of the national nonprofit Milken Family Foundation. The journey to surprising the 3,000th Milken Educator is in full swing. Who will be next?
Honey, they chose me.
Celebrate teachers, value teachers, thank teachers.
Join the movement. Listen to the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, the locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Psst, we bought that action.
The place for the realest conversations.
I appreciate United Garden Homes for stopping through with a check for $2,000.
Yes.
Some people came through anonymously.
Yes.
Dropped off money. The family has received those funds. And whatever you can do, if everybody do a little, nobody has to do a lot.
The movement continues.
Did you ever think that you would be in this position right now where your daughter would have some way lose her life?
I didn't want to believe it. All the times I called, sometimes the phone would ring and ring and ring for days. I didn't want to know that she had successfully committed suicide.
What are some of the conditions in the jail that got people upset, like the living conditions on a day-to-day basis?
We'll come out our cell at 11 o'clock in the morning. We'll get food and we'll get medication. So that shortens the time. Out of those 2 hours, we'll probably get an hour out, and then we'll have to lock back down. And by lock back down, I mean we stay in our cell. We get fed in our cell. We don't come out our cell at all, and that's pretty much the biggest problem. Like, they simply say that they're short-staffed, but that's not enough because they knew that they were going to be short-staffed. Like, this has been a problem for over 2 years now.
The marathon continues.
There's never been a better time to make change in the city of Milwaukee, starting with the youth. And we talked about the housing. Willie Hines, y'all boy Willie Hines, and they trying to change the leadership over there. We got our hands full, and it's not the time. But we got attorney B. Ivy Lamar on the lines right now, calling from the courthouse. How you doing, attorney B. Ivy Lamar?
Hey, what's going on, Tory? I'm good, man. Happy to be here.
Joining me on the line, Dr. Umar Johnson. How you doing, brother, Dr. Umar Johnson?
Peace and Pan-Africanism, good brother, Black Power, all my brothers and sisters in Milwaukee, Kenosha, Green Bay, Racine, and across the state of Wisconsin.
Yo, peace, King. I'm going to stand with you and walk with you, brother.
God bless you.
Because I think it's an important thing, what you're doing, and you need to have the support of the community. Regardless if we live in these areas or not, it all affects us in one way or shape or form.
It's time for that action and all the smoke. This is the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association award-winning Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth app, and streaming live on YouTube.
Yam, yam, pam, 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 jam, jam.
What do you mean by that?
Oh, wow. Man, best show in the world, bro. You got the best show in the world. Hope you know that, man.
God bless you, brother. I appreciate that.
Speak up, speak up, speak up to you both. Thank you so much. Tory, you spoke to my kids. Liz, you did too. But you spoke to my kids, and when I tell you both that they was talking about what we did earlier that morning all day, that's literally what they was doing. They was talking about it all day. My son was just hollering, awesome. Where Tory? Like,
tell Tony, all aboard. It's okay to jump on the love train.
I'm not jumping on the love train.
We might got a couple seats left.
Listen, he ain't going to be, Jordan Love will not be the starter in 5 years.
Trash. That's a trash.
That's just my take.
Now you're trying to string it out.
I know that ain't who I think it is.
Well, I'll need some apologies from the staff of 101.7.
Oh, wow. Wait a minute. I think the line's messing up. Hey, Eddie. Oh, I guess something happened with Eddie.
Hush up, boy.
And they have an agenda. And the agenda is a satanic one. I don't know why people don't talk about it. You can't talk.
Yo, that's just empty.
I wanted to make sure that I let you know that to hear a person and have a person like you in this community, the way that you are selfless, the way that you give, even when your cup is not even full, you are filling other people's cups. And that just inspires me to make sure that I help you the best way that I can by doing my part.
As always, my good brother, stay cool, stay calm.
Now, live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is the king of talk radio, Tory Lowe.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory Lowe, the truth, from 1 to 4. We about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 101.7 The Truth. Thank you for joining me for the third hour of the Tory Lowe Show. The queen, the author, the advocate, Elizabeth Brown, in the studio.
Hey, yo.
Hey, how you doing, queen?
Hey, look here. I'm just trying to figure out what's really going on. You know, it's a pivotal time. And I'm here for all the smoke and all the action.
Hey, look, I want to go over to Missouri. I want to take Truth Nation over to Missouri right now, where a father is upset because his son and his wife was killed by a city PD officer. The family says they were working to process their pain after two of their loved ones were tragically killed by a Missouri City police officer. This happened last Thursday. It was a crash that took place.
Yes.
Let's listen. We got some audio on this. Let's listen.
Yeah, he killed my wife and my damn son.
Tear-wrenching moments as a family tries to come to terms with the sudden and tragic death of two people they love so much.
Baby died on my birthday.
A father now having to bury his 16-year-old son, Mason Stewart, and the love of his life, Angela.
When they didn't come home from the store, I had my son's Jeep tracker on my phone, so I tracked him over here.
Not good. Both passengers
are injured heavily.
Police say an officer responding to an armed robbery call at an ATM off of Cartwright Road in Missouri City crashed into the Stewart's car, killing the teen boy and his mother. Police couldn't tell us if he had his lights on before the crash.
The police hit a car at a very high rate of speed with no lights on. And the people were dead instantly.
Surveillance video from a nearby business shows in the distance the moment the officer's car crashed into the Stewart's car on Cartwright Road before approaching Texas Parkway. Within the same minute, in video obtained only by ABC 13, we see what appears to be a police cruiser traveling east on Cartwright Road near Columbia Blue Drive without their police lights on. Both videos captured within a quarter mile.
So you didn't hear any sirens or anything? No, the lights and sirens came on afterwards.
Police will not say when the officer's emergency lights were turned on or if they were on at the time he is accused of crashing into the Stewart's car, citing the pending investigation. Investigators say the officer, who has worked for Missouri City Police for less than a year, had a passenger in the back of his car that authorities didn't notice for 2 hours. Police don't know why someone was in the car as the officer responded to an armed robbery call. That is also under investigation. They say that is against department policy.
No, they should not be responding, and the circumstances behind it, we will determine what that is, but they should not respond with the person in the back.
As state law enforcement step in to investigate, police tell ABC 13 the officer has not been placed on administrative restrictions. Tonight, as a memorial grows on the same road Mason and Angela lost their lives, a community mourns the loss of 2 people whose lives were tragically cut short.
Oh, wow. Another cowboy out here.
Alone again.
Had somebody in the car, in the back seat already.
And then you responding to a robbery. How?
At the Dollar Tree, without the lights on.
You already have a passenger. So he already broke the law.
He was already transporting somebody in the back, and he trying to respond to a robbery call at the Dollar Tree. Didn't have his lights on.
How you gonna respond with
T-bone the vehicle? You know, T-bone. And this is why I say, you know, we got to talk about these incidents, because now, you know, we have life lost. These officers reacting. I think I call it the cowboy. Like he already had somebody already for whatever reason.
Correct.
And now he wants more action.
How?
That was against the rules.
Policies and procedures.
Hey, you know, when we see situations like this that resulted in a man losing his wife and his son.
And his son, 16.
Carelessness. And they said that he's not even on a leave of absence or anything.
Come on, that part. Not only that, how the officers on scene not know that it's somebody in the back of the patrol car for 2 hours after an accident like that instantly killed 2 other people. And we talking about reckless driving.
Salute to Benjamin Crump.
Man.
You know, I think that they're working on this.
I hope so.
And, you know, this is something that when we talk about officers and things like that, doing things like this, you know, and then we go along and we demonize the youth, you know,
all the time.
which you know, we should be as parents or people that know these youth, we should be trying to, you know, encourage them not to do activities like this.
Right.
But when you look up and you see that the people that's supposed to know better,
right,
being irresponsible,
trained professionals. These are the people that we look to as, you know, trained. You have someone in the back. And again, it just highlights when we're looking at this police department, because again, you're on scene where there's 2 fatalities. This officer who hit this family, and nobody checks the back seat. This officer survives. Didn't say that he had a passenger in the back seat for 2 hours because he alive.
He was too busy making up the story, trying to concentrate on what story he was going to tell, that he forgot it was somebody in the back seat.
How you do that?
trying to make a lie up, trying to figure out that you didn't have your lights on.
This is what I'm saying.
You didn't do what was supposed to happen or what was called of you. And now you ain't even worried about if the person in the back seat is damaged due to the accident. If they hit this car and 2 people died in the other car, then what happened to the vehicle?
Exactly.
He's lucky to be alive.
And I'm asking, what is the protocol when you go on a scene? You know, was the officers who was responding to this fatality, is it their job to check both vehicles? Or are you trusting in your fellow officer that he would tell you that there was somebody in the back at the time that he was transporting somebody at the time that he was responding to this robbery call?
And they're saying that that man that was believed to be unrelated to either incident, there's somebody else that was involved and injured. I don't know what they're. Hey, like I said, when we talk about these accidents, also, wasn't that down in Mississippi where they had the jail with the unmarked graves?
Yes.
With the bodies in there?
Yeah.
And then how they discovered it is because the officer hit somebody on the freeway.
Yep.
He ended up being buried.
Took his license.
Buried in the graveyard by the jail.
Correct.
And then they found
all of these,
a couple hundred people buried back there.
Yes.
And the mother was looking for her son.
Yes.
They said that they didn't, they let her file a missing report.
Yeah. And knew.
Yeah. That he was back there.
Hey, look here. This is the America. And when we're talking about, voting, because, I was doing my scrolls. And on TikTok, there was a black young lady, FedEx driver, who stated that, she couldn't make a delivery in Wisconsin. And it wasn't due to the fact that she was unable. It was due to the fact that she wasn't safe in this certain township in Wisconsin because she was black. And so they told her that they were going to send somebody else, white, to make this delivery because she wouldn't be safe. So, we're talking about in America. First of all, FedEx is supposed to be an equal opportunity employer. Okay. Right. That adhering to, these sundown towns that people think are far removed.
They're just operating in a different way.
They operating in the same way.
I'm talking about it's not as outright as it used to be. It's just now, it's just like slavery. It's just reformatted. I think that every idea, once they get exposed, they still keep the same principle. They just reformat it.
What I'm saying is it can't be that reformatted because this black girl can't deliver these packages, and this company knows that this is an all-white township, and they're telling her, no, you can't do your job. Ain't no hazard pay. We just going to send somebody white to this all-white community because you being black, you can't be there.
Right.
So when they're telling black individuals to vote, we're voting in a place that still have sundown towns that these corporations know that are sundown town, and they're adhering to it by allowing white people to go instead of black people. But again, they're telling black folks to vote. And you can't even travel in certain spaces and places. And legislatively, these townships still exist. And now we have a black community that has everybody selling things to us that are not black. And they're in our communities. But you have black individuals that can't go to townships like Anna, Illinois.
Or set up businesses. Or buy a house.
Tory, Anna, Illinois.
I'll say
Cairo, Illinois. These are sundown towns that's known. What Anna stand for, Truth Nation, Google what does Anna stands for in Illinois. And then you let me know how you feel.
I'll say this. I was always warned not to get gas all the way up. Because don't get stuck in Janesville,
That too.
When I was out there in Madison, when I was going to Madison, when I was working in Madison. coming back from Milwaukee, Wisconsin to Madison.
Right.
So, like I said, they exist. And many times when we talk about our culture, our people, what we want to do for progress, a lot of times we believe that the world has changed to a certain degree. Like, because we read the mission statements, because we are being told that progress has taken place.
The first black.
That's why I say that they restructure ideas. They never get rid of them. They just redo them. Because there's some people that believe that have made statements.
Yes.
That racism don't exist.
What's crazy to me,
that look like me.
Yes. All facts. And not only that, when you hear people that are in these all-white townships say they don't see color, clearly you do, because the only color that's in that township is white. You clearly see colors, because if that was the case, if you were blind to colors, there will be several different individuals in your community, but they're just all white, and legislatively, these townships are able to move and go about like normal, and they're getting special privileges because, again, I would say if you don't want someone black delivering your mail, because let's remember, slavery was all about black labor. And now you have these white townships who don't want a black individual to bring them their packages, then you don't deserve no package.
Hey, I'll say this. When we talk about when I was dealing with my issues in Minnesota, and I was looking for a house, and they told me, do not get a house in this area, even my realtor.
See.
You know, I went and looked at it and everything, and they took me to see it. But what came after that was shocking to me, that they're saying, oh, no, we can't, go through the process of letting you have this house in this area.
Because it's on paper.
So I was like, okay, and at the time, I was like, well, why can't I get this house in this area? And they was like, no, well, we got a better option for you. And I was like, no, let's be 100. It's a small town. It's probably, I would have probably have been the first black person to do this. So let's keep it 100%. Plus, after I understood that, I don't want to go where I'm not wanted anyway. Part. So, like I said, all you got to, I'll never want a challenge to go somewhere that I'm not wanted to be in any shape, form, or fashion.
Okay.
So regardless of what they're doing over there, I'm not going to put myself in jeopardy because I want to be somewhere,
Correct.
So if that's the case, I moved around. Like I said, okay, well, thanks for letting me know, because I could have got the place and found out later. You know what I mean?
What's crazy to me, because again, this Joe Biden, you ain't black if you don't vote for me.
He owed us an apology for that.
In reality, though, when you think about exactly what's going on, and now you're trying to pander to the black vote, just democratically, you're telling us that you want us to vote, and we're the only individuals that don't have protective rights when there's whole townships that don't want us there just because the color of our skin.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I'm going to tell you right now, to me, that's why we have to have people that are fighting for us, because the vote only works if you're getting people to gain leverage in society.
Come on.
If you're not getting leverage or gaining progress from your vote for your side, for your ideology, then you miss voting. You're misvoting.
Correct.
That means you're voting for agendas that don't serve you well.
Correct.
So the vote was to get a seat at the table with people to push your ideologies and what you believe that needs to happen for progress on your side of town or in your neck of the woods. So I don't get mad at nobody else for doing that, because we should have been doing that.
Correct.
And the thing is, the only reason it's not happening, the only reason we're not seeing a lot of progress is because we thought that the people that had the titles that look like us were in these rooms having the conversations, the needed conversations to benefit us, and that was not happening.
That was a lie.
So that's our fault.
Yeah.
Because we have to make sure that we put people in place to push our ideas.
You're correct.
And the needs of our community.
Correct.
But I don't see that happen. I see that they're pushing the needs for themselves.
Again, I'm trying to understand, as an American, because even when we talk about, how our ancestors, fought in these wars for all of these individuals to be able to come to America, where there's townships that don't allow black people still.
Right.
And in reality, they're talking about doing a draft for the military to fight, to keep America great in a place that black people still don't have rights. We fought for the civil rights, which opened up the door for white women. You know,
everybody in between. Everybody benefited from civil rights.
And we still got places that we can't go when an equal opportunity employer saying they hiring you, but then tell you that you can't go in certain spaces and places, and you're going to still give these people the privileges, but you're telling me that you're an equal opportunity employer.
And that's why you have to take advantage. That's why I travel with lawyers, you know, because there are laws that prevent this. And I tell people, don't get mad. Get a check. Because, get a check. Because they're breaking the rules that are in writing.
Correct.
And you got to hold them accountable.
And this is what I'm saying about these townships. Where's the lawsuits for these townships? These little
people need to find these. They should have stopped going on live on Facebook and got them an attorney.
And in the reality, though, you know, one thing for sure and two for certain, that racism is a group idea. And if any time that the group didn't want racism to exist, it would stop.
I agree, and I think that we should stop trying to say what they should be doing, because I think that we could build our own stuff. Like, I think that we at this point know enough. There's enough stuff out here to know.
I agree.
How to do it, how to get it done. It's enough intelligent people.
Because they doing it
right. So, like I said, we have to make sure that we understanding that we have to have our own ideas and representation in the forefront, and stop putting people in the forefront that are pushing other agendas other than what we need in our neighborhoods.
Exactly.
And then we'll have the same outcomes.
Because in reality, like I said, the black community, everybody owns something here except for black folks. And we need to really be asking ourselves, why the hell are we spending money with everybody else? And we can't go nowhere and open up shop and they spend their money with us.
I even go as far as to say, get out in these suburbs and see if you're going to have an all-black majority running the school board.
Come on.
An all-black union running their situation.
Come on. You not.
Only in our areas,
only in our
where everybody
majority
is
white everything.
Doing the majority of the people that are making the decisions don't even look like me.
Come on.
Hey, look, when we come back, we'll have more discussion, Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
The Empowerment Small Business Loan Program, we're talking about up to $5 million, which for small business owners, we need that. That's like payroll, that's resources. So can you just let us know, what is the program and why is this lending program so important to Old National Bank?
Years ago, our CEO, Jim Ryan, this program is his brainchild. He was working with Roland Shelton, who you know, Denise, out of Evansville, and they identified that African-American business owners, Hispanic business owners, Native American business owners, as well as women business owners had a difficult time in obtaining financing from the traditional credit partners. And so we went out, created a program, launched it last year, 2023. And so far last year, we have helped over 100 successful minority and women-owned businesses with about $25 million in loans. We've already started this year with almost $8 million in approvals, again, geared toward minority business owners and women business owners that normally had difficulties in obtaining traditional credit finance.
The 2024 election cycle is in full effect, and we at the award-winning 1017 The Truth will be here to keep you up to date and informed on how this election can and will impact you. Tune in this Thursday night as we broadcast the first United States presidential debate between President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump. Debate coverage begins at 8 o'clock. Again, that is the U.S. presidential debate this Thursday at 8 p.m. on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
Truth Nation, Gruber Law Offices, and The Truth have raised the stakes for this year. The One Call, That's All Gruber Cash giveaway is now a $5K giveaway. Yes, you heard it right. $5,000 giveaway. Every weekday on 1017 The Truth, you will have the chance to be entered to win the $5K giveaway. Listen to The Truth for the One Call, That's All cue to call for your chance to win $5,000. Gruber Law Offices, One Call, That's All. Visit 1017thetruth.com for official contest rules.
Okay, Fred, so I got some questions.
What's up?
Where should I go if I want to start my own business?
You go to EerieInsurance.com.
Okay, Fred, so where should I go if my kid needs an internship? Or if I need a job, where do I go?
You go to EerieInsurance.com.
Okay, so what if I want to work for a company that believes in diversity, has great benefits, and growth for people like us?
You already know. It's EerieInsurance.com.
Man, so Fred, I just need to go to Erie Insurance?
Go to EerieInsurance.com for all that you need.
It's amazing!
Bikers need protection, not just from other drivers, but unfortunately from insurance companies too. If you've been injured in a motorcycle crash, call Gruber Law Offices today. Bikers are often blamed for causing the accident because the insurance companies simply don't want to pay. At Gruber Law Offices, we've been fighting for injured bikers and their families for more than 30 years. Trust us to fight for what you deserve. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Hi, I'm Vanessa Williams, and I want to share with you the role that diabetes has had in my family. I lost my grandmother at the early age of 64 due to complications with diabetes. She was warm, generous, and a constant encouragement for me to follow my heart. Did you know that African Americans experience chronic kidney disease at a rate that's 25% higher than white Americans? And we're almost 4 times more likely to develop kidney failure. Diabetes and high blood pressure are leading causes of kidney disease, which can result in kidney failure, needing dialysis, or a kidney transplant. The good news is that you have the power to check out how well your kidneys are doing and learn ways to prevent them from failing. So go to your doctor and get yourself checked out. Visit linkbylovetv.org to learn more. Get the facts, get checked, and get healthy.
The Brewers Sunday Fun Day Bundle is your new way to brunch this summer. Get tickets, food, beverages, and parking for up to 15 people, starting at $62. Get yours at brewers.com/funday.
It's the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
She on my phone and what she about to say, she let me know.
1017 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. DJ Brothers on the ones and twos. The queen, the author, the advocate, Elizabeth Brown in studio. And look, Truth Nation, we've been having another powerful conversation. And when we talk about Aisha Carr facing charges, it's just disturbing to my soul. Yeah. Because many times when people stand out to try to tell people what's going on, this is the end result many times for those that try to go against the system or get in the system and try to fight against it. Mm-hmm. And we're sitting back letting
this happen.
Or we're seeing it happen. I think that we should be highly upset because the things she was telling us ahead of time.
Yes.
Because now people feeling bamboozled.
We've been hoodwinked.
When it was somebody really trying to tell you what was really going on.
It was a strong arm robbery without a gun. Okay, we were robbed, and they knew. All of the individuals knew that when they stood before and said, "Vote yes, for NPS, they knew that the paperwork was fraudulent. They knew that we were in debt. NPS was already in the red. Matter of fact, when they stood and asked for that money, they knew that in November they was going to come back and ask for more money in another referendum. They knew this.
And the thing is, this is the okie doke.
Oh, yeah.
Because they used our children.
All facts.
They pulled on our heartstrings.
Yes, they did.
They talk about the babies.
Yes, they did.
Knowing
got us emotional.
the paperwork wasn't right. Knowing that it was fraudulent ideas, promoting to our more sensitive ideas of bettering our children.
Come on. And Keith Posey was able to resign with his pension.
That's misconduct in office.
Come on.
See, Aisha Carr is what we say we have to be. They say, hey, speak out, speak up, say something.
Man, now she on the island. Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey. Like I said, we have shady representation
all across the board
on our side of the fence. And this is where I have to look at the people. I have to look the people in the eyes.
Yeah, we got to look at
because
each other.
I'm wondering if anybody got common sense and see that things ain't adding up, why are you continuing to move forward? Because that was our stance. We see that the management is not here for this.
Facts.
Let's not do this until we can get a clear understanding of where the money is going, how it's being spent, and they, some people, you know what, the kids, and we want better ideas, and they voted yes. Now they're coming out saying we got tricked. Really, you did not get tricked, because there were people
in place that could have told us.
No, it was people telling why not to do this.
Oh, yes.
So you ignored those people.
Because, again, they ignored the people because here you have the teachers union, who are, again, some teachers. You got all of these so-called professionals telling you that this is what we need so such and such and them won't lose their job. So you won't lose the cooks. So you won't lose the special education. So you won't lose. So we want to keep the people we already have. They misled the people to believe that if we pass that nobody would lose their job. And then right after it got passed, because they knew the paper wasn't right, they already knew we was in the hole. Now here come another 200 and something cuts that you're gonna have to make of the people that you told us if we voted for it, what nobody gonna lose their job, what no programs gonna get stopped.
Hey.
And all of that was a lie.
Hey, look, Not Really a City Girl says exactly who is in Miss Carr's corner. They are dragging her and humiliating her left and right. This is their way to whip her in front of her peers publicly.
Buck breaking. All facts.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely a whipping to show that the next person that think that they're going to get in these seats, that's going to stand up against what we trying to do, you going to be treated worse.
Correct. And this is why. This is why when people ask where the people at that's going to help. Because when you help and they allow these individuals to come to your house, grab you, take you into the city town hall with a rope around your neck.
Hey.
And burn you at the cross.
All right. Well, when we come back, we'll have more conversation. Truth Nation, stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Associated Bank knows your small business isn't just a venture. It's your dream and a vital part of the community. And we're not just a bank. We're your neighbors. We're looking out for you. That's why Associated Bank offers quick online applications and approvals with funding in as fast as one business day, checking with no minimum balances or maintenance fees, and prompt customer service. Explore our products at associatedbank.com/business or visit a branch for more details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Escape to paradise this summer at Chula Vista Resort in Wisconsin Dells. Spacious accommodations, perfect for families or romantic getaways. Voted top 10 best water parks in the U.S., Championship Golf, the longest zip line in the area, and the #1 steakhouse in Wisconsin. Book a Chula Vista Resort all-inclusive package now at 1-800-388-4782 or visit chulavistaresort.com. Your summer paradise awaits.
What is at stake for African American voters in this election?
A great deal is at stake. All the progress we've made is at stake. For example, right now we've lowered health care costs. I've been able to walk in and make sure we forgive student debt for people who are struggling to get to school. We provided billions of dollars to HBCUs to give them a fighting chance. We've changed prescription drug costs by allowing Medicare to negotiate drug prices so that people on insulin are paying $35 a month instead of $400 a month. And all prescription drugs can be limited to $2,000 a year, even though cancer drugs are $10,000, $12,000, $14,000. We're strengthening Medicare. Look, we stand up for principles. Our democracy is at stake, in fact. Look what he's doing with Putin and with Kim Jong-un of North Korea. Look at him saying, we don't think a country is paying enough for their own defense, then when they get invaded by the Russians or anyone else, that's up to them. We're not going to help. He has a fundamentally different view than the vast majority of Republicans, I might add, in the past, as well as me and the Democratic Party.
To hear more of President Joe Biden's interviews with Sherwin Hughes, visit 1017thetruth.com and find it in the interview podcast tile, or download the 1017 The Truth app today. Milwaukee Black Talk.
Truth Nation! Tap into Jamming with Juice. Yo, I've been jamming with Ben Jammin for a very long time. And now here's your chance to catch Jamming with Juice live on YouTube. You can also catch a drop of juice on 1017 The Truth app at 1017thetruth.com.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat. The U.S. food industry is a sprawling empire, and in a new book, antitrust and agricultural expert Austin Farrick breaks it down. He talks about how some of the behemoths in the sector got so big.
We've never in the history of mankind had the lower classes be the overweight classes, and that to me is because the way the food system is designed is you have to have money to eat healthy in America now.
Farrick also delves into the industry's darker corners, including some practices that hurt the black community.
To me, this is the best example of structural racism in the food system. Is you have these poor black areas in North Carolina full of these industrial hog facilities, and because of the water table levels in North Carolina, they can't, and usually in Iowa they take the manure and they inject it into the field. In North Carolina they spray it in the air. You have all these stories of poor black churches having to repaint their steeples every few years.
Farrick's book, Barons, Money, Power, and the Corruption of America's Food Industry is out now. I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Truth Nation, Milwaukee's biggest party on the lake, starts next week. And guess what? The award-winning 1017 The Truth got the hookup for you. Now it's your chance to win wristbands to see Lil Tecca live at Summerfest July 5th. Call 833-212-1017. Be caller number 7 right now, and you will win these wristbands. Once again, now it's your chance to get some Summerfest tickets. Win some wristbands to see Lil Tecca live at Summerfest July 5th. Call 833-212-1017 and be caller number 7 right now. Get those tickets and get that wristband. Also, Truth Nation, join us tonight for our second round of Beyond the Mic with Sherwin Hughes from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. We will be at Scene 1 Restaurant and Lounge located at 5526 North Ave in Milwaukee. Get there, Get there at 5 so you don't miss your chance to win a one-night stay at the Chula Vista Resort at the Wisconsin Dells Water Park. Also get a $25 food voucher, a 4-pack of tickets to see the Milwaukee Brewers, and you can also win a $25 gift certificate to Cousin Subs. Plus, from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. tonight, your first drink will be on our great partners at PWD Computers while supplies last. Do not miss out on the fun. Join us for Beyond the Mic with Sherwin Hughes tonight at 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. at Scene One Restaurant and Lounge, sponsored by PWD Computers. PWD Computers, they'll keep you connected. Visit them today at PWD Computers on Facebook. Hey, Elizabeth Brown. A lot going on in the community. Hey, Beyond the Mic tonight.
We outside.
Hey, look, if y'all want to join the conversation, 833-212-1017. We got Al on the lines. Al, you're on the new 1017 The Truth. Tap in.
Well, hey, I hope y'all having a wonderful day. I heard y'all talking about, how we have sun downtown. But you know what? We got to take the blame for some of this stuff. Because black people chose to be nonviolent. They chose to turn the other cheek. They chose to be the bigger person. And your bully just got more powerful and more arrogant. You want racism to stop? Treat them like they black. And trust me,
they
will fall in line. Because we know when we come to each other, we don't care. We will shoot up your house. We will say, don't send me a threat, send me a dress. Treat them like they black, and then go to church on Sunday and say, I'll be outside in the parking lot in my Sunday's best. Because, see, y'all, black people only play the bigger person when it comes to them. Treat them like they black, which means when this stuff happened with the police officers, you're not going to call Benjamin Crump. Because when our black people got their guns, they say, I don't care about going to jail today. I'm ready. Treat them like they black, and you will have the respect you want. All the done said in a nutshell. That's all y'all got to do. Because keep in mind, we don't care what we do to each other. Hey, it's women, they 50s and 60s talking about, I'm ready to kill me a Negro. Treat them racists like they black. And you will have the respect you want. Because you turn the other cheek. And I heard some of the people talk about, well, what our grandparents was. If you really took a page out of your great-grandparents who believes in meat cleavers, tie irons, billy clubs, pistols, y'all wouldn't have this going on right now. But see, those grandparents, you say that, y'all say those grandparents are ignorant. And those are the ones who demand respect. Those are the ones that the Congress and the people of today is afraid of. They ain't afraid of no Benjamin Crump. But you call that auntie coming from Louisiana in that 77 Eldorado Barrette with her shotgun and her husband that's halfway blind with his pistol and two 800-pound alligators. Oh, trust me, they're going to be afraid of her. And let's not forget the octagon glasses. Racism, treat them like they black. And you will have the respect you want. Have a good day.
Oh, wow.
Hey.
Oh, wow. Michael, you're on the new 1017 The Truth. Tap in.
Yes, man, I love y'all, man. You and Liz, man. Back in the days, I'm old, man. I'm 63, man. Liz, she reminds me of Val Phillips, and you remind me of Mike McGee. The only difference is, see, we had to be subtle back there. Y'all go at them like pit bulls, man, and they need it, man. I love it, man. And because you couldn't back in the late 60s and 70s. You really had to be really subtle with the people. But they got things done. But y'all go at them like, no, you're going to lose your job today. I love it, man.
I'm going to try to get you out of there.
Man.
Salute.
Hey, man, I love what y'all doing, man, and y'all have a good day, man.
Hey, God bless you. I appreciate you for tapping in, Michael. Hey, look, when we come back, Elizabeth Brown, we have to wrap this show up.
Hey, let's do it.
Hey, look, when we come back, we'll have more discussion, Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
The Tory Lowe Show returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
It's that time, Milwaukee.
Summerfest is finally here.
Come and enjoy the world's largest music festival this Thursday through Saturday this week.
Many of music's top artists will be coming to Summerfest, and not only can you see great music performances, but you can also watch us do Jam with Juice live from Summerfest noon to 1 on Thursday and Friday.
That's right. It's lit, y'all, so don't miss out on all the fun at Milwaukee's biggest summer party. Get your tickets now at summerfest.com.
Get ready for an event like no other. Join us for a powerful conversation featuring special guest Senator Ron Johnson, hosted by the captivating radio host Tory Lowe, with music by
DJ Brother Z.
Turn the radio on.
Can you play that song for me?
From impactful discussions on pressing issues to electrifying beats that'll keep you moving, this event promises to be unforgettable. With Senator Johnson's insights, Tory Lowe's passion for community advocacy, and DJ Brother Z's killer tunes, this is more than just an event, it's an experience. Don't miss out. Join us Wednesday, June 26th at 6 p.m. at 275 West Wisconsin Avenue, Venue 3. Free food while it lasts. The Republican Party of Wisconsin paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. www.wisgop.org.
All you have is one chance after an accident, one decision on who to call, one shot to get the help you need. Don't waste it on the one offer you get from your insurance company. Make the one call to Gruber Law Offices. It's the only one you'll need to make. Call us today. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know whether it's a new home or a new car. You've worked hard to achieve your dreams, and we work hard to protect them so you can enjoy the utmost peace of mind. Save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
In our community, you will find a Center for Food Security. You'll discover a Center for Behavioral Health Support, a proven Center for Home Care, a successful Center for Employment, a Center for Trauma Recovery, and more. We are Centers for Independence. Find out how you can support Centers for Independence's work and mission at cfihope.org/independence.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Yo, I go by the name of Pharrell from the Neptunes, and I just want to let y'all know, I'm your pusher. The world is about to feel something that they never felt before. Come on.
Truth Nation. Violence is a problem that affects us all, but together we can make a difference. The award-winning 1017 The Truth wants to ignite positive change and bring awareness to senseless violence occurring in our community. This is why we'll be hosting our second annual Truth Walk Against Violence, led by myself, Tory Lowe, on Saturday, July 20th from Victory Over Violence Park down MLK Drive, right in front of our studio at the 3rd Street Market Hall. Over the next month, I'll be speaking with community leaders about how we can better provide resources and work with the community to rise up against the violence. If you want to join the fight to stop the violence, go to 1017thetruth.com right now and register you and your family and friends in your church for our Walk Against Violence on Saturday, July 20th. I can't wait to see y'all outside. Hey.
Yeah.
How? Look, I'm going to tell you right now, it's our time, and we got to stand together. And I'm telling you, bring all them young people out.
Yeah.
Bring the young people out so they can see people standing against a lot of this nonsense, that they can see us all together and they can talk about a lot of the things and a lot of the challenges while we're doing the walk. This is the time to talk to these young people, to encourage them, to inspire them to stand against these things.
Yes.
We've been trained to be quiet and don't don't say nothing about things or creepy little criminal ideas in the community. But what we have to do is stand against people making victims.
Exactly.
If you out here making victims, I'm going to throw you under the jail. Or if I could get to, I do this. So there's a lot of things I can't say on the air. You know what I mean?
Facts.
And we out here in the streets.
Every day.
But at the same time, we as a people have to take a stand together to say, hey,
enough is enough.
We tired, and you know what? We ain't having it.
We ain't going no more. All facts. All facts. And there's no better time than the present. Truth Nation, again, salute to you for being active, for opening up your mind to think differently. Because in reality, we have been programmed a long time, and you hear individuals always saying, just like the last caller said, how they had to be discreet. Racism has never been discreet. Right now we have to make sure that we're paying attention to everything around us and prepare our children, because in the same realities that we're facing as adults, our children are facing those same realities. And in reality, we don't want to continue to perpetuate the same ideologies, the same oppression that our grandparents knew. Because right now, it's a new day, it's a new time, and it's our turn.
Right.
It's our turn to be about the action and just not talking. And in the reality of that, again, we got the recall that's going on for the school board members. We have to do things differently to get something different.
I agree. And I think we got to look each other in the eyes.
Yes.
And I think we got to look each other as individuals and say, we got to get outside.
We got to get outside.
We got to make sure that we're doing our part.
Yes.
And, I'm going to say it a million times. If everybody do a little, don't nobody got to do a lot. But it's up to us to change the conditions. And we continue to say, ain't nobody coming but us. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm about that action. That's why I say get active. Because I have accepted the fact that if we're going to change things, we got to take the initiative.
Yes.
And we can no longer say what this ain't happening, what that ain't happening. Now, I'm not talking about people that we vote for.
Right.
Now, we better hold them to task.
Yes.
We got to hold those people to task.
But we still got to.
And talk about people that's supposed to be representing us, speaking on our behalf.
Oh, yeah.
That guy, y'all let those people off the hook. I'm not letting them off the hook.
Me either.
Because we are paying them.
all the smoke.
We are paying those people. But what I'm saying is now, on top of that, on top of demanding the resources that we not only need, we're desperate for those resources to come in our neighborhoods. That's why I don't like the misdirection of funds when it comes to our community. That's why I don't like the mismanagement, because we suffer. And then all the other surrounding areas get to have those resources. When SDC shut down, that's a resource in our community that we don't have.
Correct.
When MPS is mismanaged, the bulk of our children is in public schools.
Correct.
When the city housing is mismanaged, the people, our elders suffer.
Yes, those with disabilities are the people that fought for this country. Again, it's a pivotal time because we're seeing how they care about the individuals that signed up, that fought for our rights, the veterans, how they're being treated, how the elderly is being treated, how the children are being treated, and how Americans that make this country what it is, how we're being treated every day. So it's time to pay attention. It's time to pay attention because all of us that we just spoke about are lacking something. And they still asking us to do more.
Hey, look, you can't squeeze juice out of a turnip sometimes. Sometimes the turnip got to turn up. Hey, all right, Elizabeth Brown.
Hey, let's turn up, King.
I appreciate you for being on the front lines as usual. And we got a lot of work to do. All right, DJ Brother Z.
All right, Tory Lowe from Waterfall. Let's get it. All right, Queen.
Hey, look. Hey, tomorrow, look, we're going to have another, what I call a powerful conversation with Senator Ron Johnson. The RNC is coming.
Yes, it's coming.
And I think our community need to be all the way involved.
Getting them some money.
Hey, I think we need to participate.
We do.
Because
come ask questions.
And ask the tough questions. Okay. And it's going to be open, Venue 3, right here at the 3rd Market Street. 3rd Market.
Yes.
Hall. We're going to have a venue 3.
Yes.
And we're going to have the tough question. We're going to have some fun.
As you should.
And to tell you the truth, the RNC is coming $120 million coming through the city.
Yeah.
And you sitting at home.
Get in the room. To stop the sun downtown, you got to get in there.
Hey.
So let's get it.
Hey, look. Thank you for listening to the show today. Y'all be safe. Keep your head on the swivel. And I love you. Dr. Ken Harris up next.
The